God, I need a new boom mic because this is just so bad.
By the way, we're live.
Hello, live.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
It just keeps falling. It just keeps falling. What's the point of having a boom mic if it doesn't fucking work?
Well, it sounds like you need a better boom mic.
Yeah. No, it's like the I think the twisty bit's like not twisting correctly. Let me get I should probably plug in my tablet. That might help.
Hello, everyone. We'll probably announce this a few times, so while we wait for Squee, he'll be joining in about 10 minutes or so, while we're waiting for a companion to join us. While the lovely Karina is going to be doodling, well, we're going to answer some Q&As while listening to some swinging music there.
That's right.
Alligators?
Alligator. Crocodile.
Crocodile isn't slang for anything, you crazy kook.
Crocodile.
You crazy... Wait. What
You
was my thing?
crazy dame.
You crazy muffin?
Muffin.
You crazy twist? Yeah.
You guys are seeing all the secrets of how I drop things.
The big secret is to hide the hands as much as you can.
Sorry, Bob. So far, I've only had one exposed, and I think we'll have another one exposed over here, and that should be it.
Beauty. Hi, Arachnia.
Hi, Arachnia. Greetings, my children.
Hello, Spellbound Prince. Welcome to the stream. This is kind of just our setup right now. We'll start with the session itself in about 10 minutes. But we're going to do a little Q&A while Karina doodles.
Yeah. I have to bring up what Al's wearing in the thing. Where's my reference?
I'll always take period music suggestions. I'm utilizing the jukebox feature in Roll20, but I can incorporate my own music using a service. So, yeah.
Ooh, this is
nice. Electric Swing. Yeah,
I love me some electro swing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really hate drawing suits.
Well, we got the wrong era for that there, Kriana.
I know. Well, Patrick
I'm sorry,
at least
Kriana.
Patrick made it easy. Bert, I'm sorry that Tom got like the short end of like the art. It was just like being like, give Tom a face. Originally he was looking at Lavin, but then I made him look it. Tom looks really weird right now. I can fix Tom up.
I'm sorry that like everybody's in suits, and I constantly request, "Hey, Tom in a suit."
It's just like the collar to neck ratio gets weird.
Yeah.
I should probably. I don't feel like doing Tom right now. It's over. Back to Al.
No, that's fine. It's cool.
Oh, what's new in the hood, my dudes?
Yeah.
I haven't really thought of the hood since the olden days.
The olden days.
Have a really nice I think it was like a vine of honeysuckles. It might have been a bush or a vine. I can't remember exactly how honeysuckles grow.
I'm so lost as to what you're saying, Pip.
Sorry. In my real life, I actually did grow up in that sort of neighborhood for a while.
In what neighborhood?
I think it was on the outskirts of Philadelphia. It's a lot of vague memories, but I remember mostly just honeysuckles and going to my neighbor's attic to learn basic stuff like what fruit is. This is a banana.
Was this in reference to something I said?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said what's new in the hood.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, well, see, just be careful, because Fifth will take everything very literally.
I don't
Um,
listen to
mhm.
my.
What do you mean when you say you're running a solo Pathfinder campaign? Do you mean like it's just like you and one other player, or what? In the chat, by the way, in case people are wondering.
Oh, I
What
think
the hell is he
that.
talking about?
Yeah, I think that makes
I'm back.
sense.
Hello.
Welcome back, Spiral.
All my art secrets are revealed, Allie. All of them. All of them. All of them.
Sure, I'll check it out. Don't worry, folks who are just joining in. This isn't just an art stream. We're just Krana's just doodling, and we're doing a little Q&A or interacting with the chat for about another 5-6 minutes until Squee arrives.
Yep.
In the meantime, he will get a dastardly, snidely whiplash like mustache.
Yeah.
Evil Al.
And if anyone has any art requests, please say something because I don't think I have enough steam to like draw it like good right now.
We're looking forward to having you here, Glistum. Very looking forward to it.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello. It's been good to meet you.
Guy Fawkes. He does kind of look like Guy Fawkes with that now. Guy Fawkes with an elf.
The secret is a mustache and goatee. Got it. If you really want to make him look evil, put a goatee directly under his nose and get rid of all of the rest of the facial hair.
No.
I don't get it. Oh, I get it now. Wait, no. Wait, no, I don't get it because fuck it. Like goatees are like normally that's a soul patch. Goatees are like this, my dude. So if I do this and I like put this directly above his nose, that's what it's gonna look like. It's not gonna look that bad. Get your facial hairs right, Cobra Gale Gator. I never said your name out loud before, and it didn't go so well. Yeah, this was my art piece. I was
Do we
doing
have
earlier.
any additional headcanon for our Ardenfell characters that we want to share?
Do we have any headcanon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Any additional epilogue thoughts with
Oh.
our
I have a couple.
Go for it.
So, Keen settles down on Windfall Isle with Olivia and the rest of the dragons, and he's kind of a pariah from the dragons because they don't trust him. He was never a true dragon, quote unquote. But I reckon eventually over the years he'd finally be able to learn magic and finally, be able to eventually earn some favor from the dragons. But one really important hobby that he would still have is cooking as a dragon. And I imagine that he would be one of the few people that would be able to do something like prestidigitation and flavor food that dragons have never eaten before, because they've never had human food and that kind of thing. That'd be a neat interaction. That's some headcanon for me.
What I think you should do is draw new Zoot in a Zoot suit.
Oh God.
It'll be a new Zoot suit.
I don't even remember what New Zoot looks like. He got like little tentacle.
Okay.
I'm picturing
just
now.
trolling
I'm
you.
picturing Zoidberg.
No, not Zoidberg. Although you're right, he did have the bottom of a face similar to like a Rodian in Star Wars, that kind of flappy mouth. But he wasn't. He didn't look like a Rodian. He just kind of had that little flappy mouth in the bottom.
So question, Spiral. Does Lavin know the gardening skill?
He needs to know.
He needs to know.
What?
Does Lavin know gardening?
If you have the gardening skill.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because
No.
if you did, you could open up a floral shop. Planters, plants, and flower pots.
You were the one right from the start. Sorry, you're playing my jam right now.
Yeah? Well, there
This
you
is
go.
like
We'll
music
have to
I have on my iPad.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm all about that electro swing.
Neat. Yes, Lavin does have a pet hawk. They went into the rift with him, as did Hannibal. As did Jackie, but Jackie's deactivated in the golden room right now.
Yeah.
You guys, Tiny Wrath with a fedora would be great. That I can do. Tiny Wrath's super easy to draw.
Probably not Spellbound Prince. Your player's probably going to the NPCs because they don't know what to do. And forcing him not to do that anymore will probably alienate them. What's better is that you should probably talk to him as a player and be like, is there anything that you're uncertain or unsure about? But a lot of players have different comfort levels as far as control. And a lot of players are very willing to let the GM kind of take the reins, and then they come along and they see an adventure more like attending an amusement park or a roller coaster where it's literally on rails, but they're having a good time anyway.
Turned into a duck.
Okay, quack quack.
I have just the other night talked to a lot of people about pen and paper stuff, and I have found out there is all colors of the rainbow about exactly what people want and do not want
Oh
in
yeah.
their pen and paper games.
Yep.
And usual answer to most questions were like, how do I deal with particular players? Like, if you are a GM and you're dealing with a player, step back a second, look at all of your players. Ask yourself what they're looking for, and then try to make that into your world.
Yeah.
More than your own stuff, because they are experiencing what you are giving them.
Oh yeah.
So, if they're not having a good time with you having a good time, there's a lot of people who are really not going to like what's going on, and just you probably not enjoying that because you really wanted them to have a good time. So,
Oh. Did I hear a squeak?
Yes, hello.
Oh, he's back.
Hello.
Okay, so should we think about actually getting into a normal call? Or should we just do this thing here?
The normal call worked really well, and don't you do a sync up thing with the
If I were to
with the
do it
overlay
in
burn?
here, yeah, if I were to do it in here, I'd have to redo all of that.
Yeah, let's not have you redo it. And the direct call did seem a little bit more stable, but I mean it could also mean nothing. So yeah, I'm all up for a direct call.
Sure, me too.
I will
do
start the direct call.
All right, guys, and we're
Good.
gonna start transitioning this awesomeness over to the actual session.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Inferno.
Yes.
Wow.
I hate that Al's an elf. I hate elves. They're stupid, dodgy bastards.
What the hell just happened?
He's
In the
talking,
span of,
he's
like,
talking about Blood
10
Bowl.
seconds.
He's talking about Blood Bowl.
That match after you left, I lost 3-0.
I saw that.
It was really bad.
I watched on it. Bird came on, and you lost 3-0, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
oh yeah,
I remember you're
those
like,
are-
in that entire tournament, I only won once. I tied twice, and I lost once. I'm like, yeah, welcome to Blood Bowl, baby.
Oh god.
Stupid elves.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
in
man.
Julia now.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to
Well-
redo the overlay a bit anyways.
too bad.
Ugh.
Well, okay.
Who were you dueling there, Krana?
I was doing Alicia
Oh,
In
nice.
not pin up. Wow,
Yeah.
in her suit that she was wearing.
Yeah,
pantsuit,
yeah.
yeah.
Her dress suit, yeah.
Yep.
Very groovy. Okay.
They can see us.
We get into
and
roll
they can-
20.
Oh, I should probably change this.
Yeah, no worry. I imagine they can see and or hear us.
Oh, I have a question in front of actually.
Okay.
When it comes to hand-to-hand combat, so
Uh-huh.
with my assassin skill, hang on, I have to look it up exactly, but I think it's either like an 18 to 20 or something of that nature equals a knockout stun. If I am, say,
Uh-huh.
fighting someone with a knife in my hand, and I roll that, is it fair to say that I can like knock them with the hilt or something to get that knockout stun, or does it literally have to be without a knife? in my hand?
I think you. I mean, a knockout requires a bludgeoning weapon at the very least. I find it very difficult, rationally speaking, that you're going to knock out someone by stabbing them with a knife. You know?
Yeah, my thought was you hit him with the hilt or just punch him with it or something of that nature. But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can declare your attack being like, I'm going to punch him with my hilt, and if you roll an 18, 19, or 20, that's an automatic knockout.
That seems fair.
But yeah, so you can do that attack, but I don't think it's fair if you declare I'm going to stab him in the face, then you happen to roll a 19 and then you change what your attack is. That doesn't seem very fair. You wouldn't like. I know you would like it if I did that to you, right?
Right. I think that seems very fair. So if I call it first and say I'm not trying to stab him, I'm trying to bludgeon him with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because you can try and knock somebody out without rolling a natural 18, 19, or 20. It's a lot harder, and you're gonna hurt them a lot. but just like in real life, if I try to knock out Spiral, I'm just gonna keep punching him until he goes down.
All right.
I'm not actually gonna try and knock you out, Spiral. We're cool.
It's all good.
It's all good. I was just using him as an example.
The overlay is updated.
Okay, I might change the soundtrack because although this is awesome, it is getting slightly anachronistic. So instead, let me change it to...
Oh, I was just singing this song.
Where are you, really?
Yeah.
Get out of my
Before we
head.
started.
There you go. Uh-oh, wait. Wait a second, this might be anachronistic too. I don't like the sound of that bass line. It's fine, whatever. I am gonna turn it down a little bit, because you guys can turn it up on your end if necessary, but I need to be able to hear you guys.
Yeah, no, I have it like at like just a very low
Dull
in the
roar.
background.
It's
I'm
background
confused.
music, yeah.
How are you guys hearing music?
Roll 20?
Roll 20, yeah.
Oh, I have roll 20 muted. So
That would be why.
Oh, no, wait.
You're
No.
also, you're
Not
also
signed
not
in yet.
in roll.
yeah, I'm not signed in yet. There we
Well,
go.
there you go. Another reason.
I was like, wait, I'm not hearing music. There we go.
Okay, so we're all logged in. Great. Burn. Are you all set with your overlay, or we
Yeah,
got?
we're all good.
You're good. Okay. All right. Let's get this session under wraps. Before I delve this right on in, do you guys have any other follow-up questions about last session or going forward?
Not I.
Pretty
Not
good.
you?
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
think
good
I'm
to go
fine.
forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I had my question.
You did have your question, which was, is my character hungry? He is. You're all probably quite hungry, but
That's a good question because it's like, are we in a dream world?
yeah,
Do I
it's like,
hunger?
Do I hunger? Do I need sustenance? And the answer
Well, I
is
am
yes,
very
yes,
hungry,
yes.
so yes. I do.
Okay, so when we left off last session, the party was kind of in two different scenes. We had Lavin and Ellie, now with Cynthia, by the sounds of it, being the dominant personality, schmoozing with individuals in the Rhapsody, and the Rhapsody Dance Club, by the way. And I'll do a little recap of some of the individuals that Yasmin pointed out while she was sitting in the corner smoking and keeping an eye out, keeping her ear to the ground, so to speak. As a friendly reminder, other than your fellow friends that you've reacquainted yourself with, Bear and Morgan McLaughlin being bouncers at the front, August sitting at the piano, and Marla Stotch being the conductor for the band that is currently playing. Basilisk and Ezex being bartenders, with Alicia being the club manager. Yasmin, as I mentioned, sitting in the corner there. Jalea doing her repairs behind the Rhapsody. Meeting with Lee back in the Behemoth, and Blink is also nearby doing a perimeter search. But other individuals that you haven't really acquainted yourself with is the mayor, a rotund man in a straw hat and gleaming white shoes with black spats on them, a man named Paul Hill. The chief of police, Arthur Green. A nurse at St. Vincent's Hospital that's rumored to have a connection to the underground or sells things underneath the counter. A husky woman named Donna Wright. A radio star at WKRB Radio, Mr. Lawrence Carter. And a mysterious bombshell blonde nursing a Manhattan drink at the end of the bar, simply introducing herself as Miss Johnson, whom Lavin and Cynthia, or at that time Ellie, tried to get some information from and were completely and utterly stonewalled. As for Patrick, Al, and Tom, they are in the back of the Rhapsody, in the back parkade. They met up with Jalea, and we're heading towards the Behemoth Parkade to investigate what else has changed in this strange dimension. So, just like last session, I think it's only fair that I just deviate between the two groups, spending a little time with one, then shifting to the other. So, who wants to go first? Any volunteers?
Where's Patrick again?
He's with you and Tom.
Okay. Al would say at some point, Patrick, this might be a long shot, but do you know anything about the specific year, 1937? Did anything important happen that we should know about, if you know?
I can certainly roll my skill for such things.
What are you talking about, Patrick?
Hey, that's my job. What are you talking about, Patrick? Just kidding. No. Yeah, I will have you roll. I will have you roll a skill, a check. If it's important events, then it's definitely anthropology, not archaeology.
Okay. Same penalties?
Yes, same penalties.
I failed by 1.
The only thing that you can remember from your knowledge of history is just one major event. Apparently, this giant airship collided with the structure and burned up. It was named after this German. You think it's either Heisenberg or Hindenburg, but it was a big calamitous disaster that happened during this year. At
my
least
boy, the
on
Hindenburg.
Earth.
Sorry, I love the Hindenburg.
Fair enough. Are you content, or do you want more
No.
details?
I guess I should probably ask if it is like specifically of this year, or if it's more of just like around in this era.
Well, that I gave you the specific year.
Okay.
If you want to know the general era, first of all, as a GM, I hate you.
Okay.
Second of all, I can answer that too.
No, I wanted the specific year.
Oh, well, then there we go. Excellent. Then I don't hate you. No, just kidding.
Great.
I don't hate you either way. I'm just teasing you.
We're friends again.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what Patrick knows. If you want to give an in-character response, feel free.
Patrick will probably give vague notions of like that, and he doesn't know what like building or specific airship or why it's specifically important for this particular era, but that's the most important one that he can think of at the moment.
Well, it was a shot in the dark anyway. I'm trying to figure out if this isn't, and he looks around, real, or at the very least it's manipulated for some reason. I wonder why they chose this time, this year, this place.
Well, as far as I can tell, this is not entirely accurate as he looks around. As strange as it is to pick specifically Earth's history, it seems to be a story at least similar to ours, as well as if you didn't notice you notice the sepia tones, the black and white. There's something off about this.
Agreed. Lee,
Yeah, says Lee, getting up from one of the crates he was sitting down on.
in your experience, is magic capable of these people around us? If
Yeah.
we pretend for a second they're real, and there is a very powerful being behind all of this, is it
Mhm.
possible to control their thoughts, their personality, their actions?
Lee sniffs a little bit and spits on the ground. He says, "Have I seen something like that personally, in which magic is so intense and so powerful it controls a huge population? No, I haven't seen it. Is it possible? Yeah, theoretically, I suppose it is possible. Magic is just an energy source tapped in using the right incantations. You get enough energy and you figure out the right incantation, then why the hell not?"
All right. I think we should
He's-
get everyone together at some point and discuss that very issue.
Yeah, but he says there's no need to jump to conclusions. There's a very good reason that people here aren't being controlled by some sort of force. It's mostly environmental.
Right.
I mean, I
I'm
don't
just-
feel under control by anything. Do you?
No. I am
There you
thinking the extremes. If, for example, things get into a physical altercation, can we be sure the people we're fighting are really responsible for it?
Lee shrugs. That's too philosophical. Right now, I'm just trying to wrap my heads around all the literal changes to our equipment. Which reminds me, want me to show you around? You're gonna see some things have actually changed quite a bit. Some things haven't at all. If you're willing to take a look, see, I'll lead you on through this building. He looks around.
I would like to, yeah.
By all means.
All right. Well, come on, follow me, says Lee. As just on the other end of the warehouse portion of this building, there is not 3 flights. Oh my goodness. 3 steps leading up to what appears to be a smaller room. And as you follow Lee, and he opens it up, you can see a small squat room with 2 windows facing the outside, facing an alley here in this urban environment. And all along, several desks, what appears to be large, black, bulky radio equipment. Please tell me I have you on the right slide.
Yes.
I do! I'm assuming you can see that picture I just illuminated, correct?
You assume correctly, sir.
Excellent, excellent. You can see some very strange contraptions. Some of them, for example, let me make sure I'm on the token layer, such as this strange spindly item you have never seen before. And some of it looks vaguely like a radio. You notice on the dials the ideas of frequencies and channels, but the interface is just so clunky. There are switches and knobs instead of digital readouts and buttons. In addition, you can see a large map of the city, of Velda City, posted up on a piece of corkboard, laying out several streets and side streets and main thoroughways and major buildings. There are 2 doors in this room. One leads out to the warehouse portion that you just entered. Another leads to a hallway down the back half of this behemoth parkade warehouse building. Lee takes kind of a bit of a look around. I mean, he gestures around a little bit. He kind of gives this gradual shrug, which is, I don't know what the hell this is, as he opens the door and meanders down into the hallway. What would you guys like to do?
You go
I'm
first.
I'm interested in the general it. I'm guessing from what I've been hearing from this might be completely new to Patrick as well.
Oh yeah.
He would be interested in just checking this out.
Okay. Well, you're gonna fool around with some of the dials and whatnot, and kind of get your hands.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What piece of machinery do you want to work on? Do you want to work on the large boxy things, or do you want to work on this strange sticky implement that is that has a cord leading into the wall?
I think you would probably look at the boxes.
Okay. You have a radio skill, right?
I do. I even have
Okay.
more than one.
You have more than one? What else do you have?
Yeah. I also have a radio scrambler.
Let's not deal with this scrambler right now. Let's just do radio basic. I'd like you, since this is alien machinery for all intensive purposes, I would like you to make it harder by 20. 20.
Okay, 20 basic. Enough.
Okay. It takes you a little while. It takes you about 3 to 5 minutes to fiddle around with the dials and get adjusted to the readouts. And although there is a little bit of language differences to it, one thing that doesn't lie is how the technology works itself. You're able to determine, although the frequency isn't as strong as it is back on Rift's Earth with machinery that you're used to, you can say for absolute certainty that this is for the time, an advanced radio system, allowing you to broadcast and receive radio frequencies across several channels, citywide, and probably out into the boonies, extending an additional 10 miles around. In addition, you also are able, because you have the scrambling skill and you rolled very, very well on your radio basic despite the penalties, you are also able to determine that there is, for lack of a better word, a scrambler and encoder also present in this radio room, allowing you to encrypt your messages and ensure they get to the ears without anyone interfering and picking up your frequencies. Or if they do break up the frequencies, it just is absolute nonsense to them. It's encoded. Once again, very primitive to what you're used to, but the fundamentals are all there. Anything else you want to check out?
I think you would generally be exploring more of this room, but I don't want to take up all the time, so.
Okay, fair enough. It's okay, just momentarily, just to be fair, that we switch over to Lavin and Ellie/Cynthia right now.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, dokie. Lavin, Cynthia,
Yeah.
you with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move
Hang
you guys
on.
up. Mhm.
What was I made a deal with that radio guy
Yes.
where Ellie has to sing on his show. What did I get out of that again? What
Well,
was-
you didn't sign a contract or anything with that. You asked him. He asked you what hotel room you were staying in, so he could come and meet you. And you asked him to come tomorrow in the morning to talk and hash out an actual deal.
wasn't the whole thing trying to find out something about Miss Johnson or whatever?
No, well, most of your questions were involving the Gin Baron and how he lost his fortune and what happened to him. I don't recall, and I did very, very recently listen to last episode, and he did tell you a little bit of something about Miss Johnson. That is true. Sorry, now I'm recalling properly. He did mention that he had a financial interest in her, but he didn't want to disclose too much information at the risk of losing that and angering her or making things difficult for himself. He did tell you though that if you're a person of interest, she'll be sure to approach you.
Oh yeah, now that's what I was. Right.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm glad to help out.
looking
That's one of my roles as a GM.
Okay.
Cool. So with that little refresher in your head, the Rhapsody is still bumping, the band is still playing, people are still mingling, dancing and drinking. What would you guys like to do?
Ellie, I think in order to get that woman's attention, we need to make a scene. Ideas?
Well, it depends. What kind of scene are you talking about? Good, bad, ugly.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Which is kind of vague, right? I mean, it depends on who's watching.
Well, I do have a number coming up.
Yes, you do.
So
That should work just fine. Just, be super extra awesome.
no
pressure.
Wait. No, you're coming up there with me.
Wait, what?
Yep. And she will grab Planter's arm, Lavin, and start dragging him to the stage area.
Sure. Lavin, do you resist or do you go along? She is strong. She is like spooky strong.
Lavin reluctantly grabs the closest tambourine. No, maraca. Something really easy.
There are a pair of maracas on the white piano.
There you go. I'm a Moroccan man.
Oh my God. Okay, so as you head on over to the stage, the band is still playing their song, and Marlis is still conducting, although he does notice you out of the corner of your eye, and he gives a little smile and a wave. August, however, is sitting at the piano as he sees the two of you approach. He stands up, his blonde hair now almost white in this new strange black and white grayscale environment, dressed in this pure white suit, stands up, gives a relieved look as you approach him. He says, "Oh, goodness, I'm so glad you're here. This is very, very disconcerting, although interesting. What's the plan?" he asks with unbridled enthusiasm, looking to both of you eagerly.
Well, what songs can you play?
He goes, "Well, I know a few. He ponders for a moment. I had an area of interest in digital music in which a keyboard laid out similar to this was interfaced with. I'm not used to a physical.
Go talk. Less talking, more playing.
Okay. I'll just wing something. Marlis. Marlis turns around and he lets the band kind of play on, but it's clear that they're kind of winding down. And goes, yes. What's going on?
Well, it's time for my number.
The
and it's gonna be a duet.
It's who's the lucky gentleman?
You see Cynthia raise Lavin's hand.
Lavin is vigorously shaking his head no.
I see there's a bit of a conflict in regards to this. I can get on the microphone and make the announcement, really jazz up the crowd. Shall I do that while you figure out the particulars?
Sure.
Okay. Well, much like I have been doing this entire night, I'm just going to play it all by ear. Best of luck. They all seem very, very eager.
Yeah, I can't sing.
Yeah, you don't need to sing well. You got me.
This is amazing. Okay.
You want to make something interesting, have someone who sings really good, and then have, well, you know.
So I'm here to provide contrast.
You can say that.
Oh. Okay.
Come on. So soprano, bass, tenor, what are we looking at?
Yeah, soprano. No.
Oh, no. You sure you don't want to do soprano? We can do it. We can.
No. No.
All right.
August scrunches his nose up and shakes his head. No soprano.
Okay. So I guess give us a duet song there, August, my boy.
And he kind of blushes a little bit. He goes, "Okay." And while you guys are talking, sure enough, Marlis Stotch goes up to the microphone. He eases off the horns and the other instruments playing in the band. The drums, the cymbals settle down as the dancers end their currently dance and they begin drift over to the side. And you hear Marlis in a confident tone say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your master of ceremonies, Marlis Stotch, and allow me to formally welcome each and every single one of you to the grand opening of the Rhapsody." And he pauses as there is a lot of polite claps and some whistles. As you may have been told, either by rumor or by putting your eyes on the many posters littered throughout the city, we have ourselves a fantastic individual, a very talented young songstress who I believe is in the mood, has been cajoled to play a song or two for you all. He pauses over to a moment and looks over towards Cynthia and Lavia.
Lavia.
Lavian.
And Lavin, and he gives a quick look as kind of just checking to see if you're ready.
She waves.
Lavin shakes his head no.
And as Cynthia waves, you hear a couple whistles from the audience, and
She'll blow a kiss.
a couple more little oohs and ahs and laughters and whatnot. Well, I can see she's quite ready. So put your hands together for the vixen of Velda City singing. He pauses for a moment. You don't love me anymore. Yes, that'll do. As he puts his looks to the ground and shuffles off the stage, and the stage is all yours, dear Cynthia, and poor Lavin.
Question: does Cynthia know the song, or is she gonna have to improv it?
He's gonna have to improv it. You didn't tell him what song.
That's what I want.
So Marlis is just like, I'm gonna make up the name of the song and see how it works.
Yeah, Cynthia will kind of whisper under her breath, "I hope you're ready to improv," and she'll pull Lavin out and she'll just start belting with the music. And then every now and then she'll give Lavin a look and pause.
Lavin will be completely stiff and like trying to hum along and off tune and just all around horrible.
Well, we'll see how horrible and or good, because we have
Okay.
some performance roles, of course. We now both August does know how to play the piano, although he's not used to a physical piano. So I'm gonna have him roll his own kind of, not really performance, but his own skill for that.
Mhm.
I believe Cynthia does have a singing skill, which we will be using. Now, since you're completely improvising, however, I would like you to make it harder by 10.
Okay.
August will be doing the same. And poor Lavin is going to be doing. Oh wait, Lavin, do you have this singing skill?
No.
Okay, didn't think so.
Great if
Didn't
you
think
did.
so. I know, wouldn't it be amazing? It'd be like, now's my chance. So we'll be doing an untrained skill. Untrained is your 1d100, and try to get under 20. Since you're also improvising, it's going to be harder by 10, which means you're going to need to get a 10 or higher, 10 or lower, to be considered to do a good job. And how much you succeed or fail by, I will happily describe. So give me just a moment. I'm going to roll August's skill check So I want to roll 1d100 and add 10, since I'm making harder by 10, and low is good for this. August. Okay, he's gonna hit a couple bad notes, but it's not awful. It's not awful. All right, Cynthia, we're gonna go with you next.
All right, here we go. A bam! I
Nice.
dominate it.
Yeah, what is it at 98? Your skill?
It's at 85.
85, but still, that's a success of 44. That's very good. That might carry that might carry that, because that's a failure by 60. Okay. Well, now this will be.
I will say, if this makes it easier for you, Inferno.
Yeah.
Cynthia will purposely be gearing the song to kind of making fun of Lavin.
That does help a lot, actually. That actually is going to add quite a few modifiers. In fact, since you're gearing the song, actually, that's hilarious. You don't love me anymore. He could be like the beau who doesn't love her anymore. So who cares if he can't sing, right? He's a twit. He's a jerk,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Okay. Okay. So because you rolled so well, okay, give me just a moment. Let me just get my wits together, and I can probably describe things. So August starts on the piano, a quick, rolling up the scales, and he begins to start a smooth, slow pace. The house lights dim down, and the spotlight shines on both Cynthia and Lavin. Lavin, the lights are very bright and they're very distracting. This is not good.
State of panic induced.
Exactly. Deer in the headlight look induces. And Cynthia, you are able to pick up and meet and match the tone and pace of what you want for your song.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tiff just linked a song called "Putting on the Ritz," which is great. Regardless, and you have the audience enraptured at this point. The whistles and the muttering and the jabbering settle down completely as they listen to your dulcet tones ring out in the wonderful acoustics of the Rhapsody, dulled only a little bit by the amount of people that are filling this building. But although you set your own pace, from time to time during the song, August does struggle. He slows down a little bit, he speeds up a little bit, and he plays a wrong note or two. But you're so professional and you're so into this that through your pure charisma and skill alone, if anybody noticed, you don't tell by the reaction. Now, when it comes to Lavin's part, however, whenever he is forced to sing a small stanza, or many times, is it fair to assume that you don't even sing? You might just say, "Oh."
I like foxing. I'm like that guy in Aqua. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, like, come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Okay. Every time he sings, the first two times you do that, you do see looks of confusion on the audience. They scrunch up their noses. You can see them kind of muttering to each other. And Cynthia's super hearing would pick up things like, "What's he doing on there? This is a very strange duet. I don't know him. What's going on?" Etc., etc., etc. But as the song goes on, and as Cynthia sets the tone of this, and especially the lyrics that she improvises, imply that this man is to be the butt of her jokes. As people listen and get into the song, they begin to understand. And by the end, not only, Lavin, are people no longer confused, they're waiting with bated breath to see what next silly thing you're going to say. And near the end of the song, with the final poke, the final crescendo, and the final point being thrown to Lavin, everyone, the place erupts in an uproar. They laugh, they clap, and they applaud. And you can hear from the back of the crowd, encore, encore. So what do you guys want to do?
We got to give the people what they want.
No.
Another one.
All right, so are you getting off the stage, Lavin?
Lavin tries to nonchalantly, without much trouble, to slowly walk off the stage.
Cynthia will grab your hand and like do one of those dramatic bows where she like lifts up your arm and then bows with
Excellent. Excellent. The audience applauds once again. And then do you let poor Lavin's hand go?
She'll give him a look, a smile, and then she'll let his hand go and kind of soak in the audience.
Excellent. Well, the audience is very, very, very pleased. And although a lot of eyes are on the humorous Lavin as he nonchalantly exits the stage, and I'm assuming, are you going to head to the bar? Are you going to head to a nearby wall? Are you going to go head to the near empty table where Yasmin is? Where do you want to skulk off to, Lavin?
I'm going to skulk over to the bar and drown my sorrows.
Okay. As you skulk over to the bar, you see both Ezex, Basilisk, and Alicia snicker over at you. But you also see Alicia say to Basilisk, it goes without saying, but he doesn't have to pay for his drinks. Liquor him up good. Basilisk gives this little mock salute over to her as he and Ezex will happily give you whatever strong drink you may desire.
Lavin doesn't say anything.
Excellent.
Points.
As he's doing that over the crowd and whatnot, August does call over the roar beyond the microphone to you, Cynthia, and he says, do you want to pick up faster pace next time, something more livelier or slow and sultry?
Lively. She'll mouth at him.
He nods for a little bit, and then he gestures over to Marlis, who's standing near the end of the piano as masters of ceremonies. August mutters something to Marlis. Marlis nods, and Marlis begins to get the band together for them to raise their instruments. And there's some more mutters amongst the folks in the band. And Marlis turns towards you, Cynthia, and says, just want them to pick a song and you follow suit, or do you have a particular request?
I'll follow you.
Okay. And Marlis Stotch, who is also unfamiliar with the music of the period, goes to the lead horn and he says, you. And the fellow in the white string tie points to himself. Marlis goes, yes. Start us off. The horn player looks around, shifty-eyed for a moment, shrugs, and sure enough, he starts a tiddle-oo, and begins. And sure enough, the rest of the band, the drums, pick up, and you got yourself a lively tune, a rockin' and a swinging. Give me a moment. And it won't be this exact song, but our jukebox stopped playing, I think. No, it didn't. It's just playing jazz.
The trumpeter is thinking to himself, this is it. This is my moment.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Mom said playing the horn wouldn't come out to anything.
I have like a lot of film noirs. They don't have anything jazzy. And we've heard that damn swing, sing with the swing like a million times. I can't fast forward to this. Okay, everybody, just use your imaginations. As the horns go, the drums begin, and Cynthia, you begin a jazzy song. Now, if it's okay by you, if you think it's fair, I'd like you to roll another performance, a singing check. Sound fine? It's a different tempo, it's different instruments. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Do you want me to keep it at the +10?
I want to keep you at plus 20, but also I want you to, if it's okay by you, you also do have an ability to charm and impress folks thanks to your high physical beauty score. I think this is a perfect time to charm people as you're singing, don't you?
Yeah.
So I would like you to go ahead and roll both those skills. Let me know how much you succeed or fail by. The singing is making harder by 10, but the charm or impress doesn't have any sort of penalty.
Okay, let me do singing.
You know what? Pretty works through different eras of humanity. Pretty is pretty.
Song first. I pass.
Okay.
All right,
Even
and
a
then
little bit better than last time.
Always, without fail, with fail, I will always fail this, I guess. Oh, that was a weird sentence. I always fail the beauty. Yep, beauty roll failed.
By how much?
It's a 65, I think.
So by 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not as charming as you are talented. That's more than fine. So now, as you're doing this performance, as you're picking up, as you're, singing into that microphone, I just have a couple questions for you, dear player. Is this something that you're really like? Is this like a really powerful tune that you're singing, or is it still a sweet, sultry voice, but just a little bit jazzier, poppier?
I would say like she's mixing it up with like dancing, so she's like
okay,
it's very energized.
Very energized. Is there any audience interaction during this? Or are you going to stay on your stage?
How busy is August looking?
Well, he's actually not, because it's the horns and the drums. He doesn't have a piano. He's not playing the piano right now. He looks unoccupied.
Good, then he gets to dance.
Oh no! So, do you have any sort of dancing skill or anything?
I don't think I do.
Okay, you can
let me
improv
just
dancing.
take a look. I mean, if that's the case, she might do more with her acrobatics than actual dancing, but winging it, I guess.
I just realized I had 2 tracks playing at the same time. My bad.
I was like, yeah, there's some sultriness going on. I thought that was on my end.
No, that's just me learning how to use the jukebox. Anywho. Okay. So I'd like you to roll me a D100, please.
Right.
Yeah, roll it.
No!
Oh, this is interesting. Lavin wanted a scene? Oh, wow. Are you sure this shouldn't be switched around? Is August rolling the 100 and you rolling the 22? No, we're gonna have to do it the other way.
We'll have to do it. Gotta work
God,
it.
I think this is gonna work. I think I got an idea. So you're singing, and maybe you're a little distracted trying to keep up with the horns and everything like that. But or maybe it's because August is drunk on the atmosphere or the music or on you. But August is really taking charge here, right? He's like swinging you around and twirling you about, and you're kind of stumbling through it. And at one point, he tries to flip you, and and let's just say he zigged when he should have zagged, and instead of flipping you over his shoulder, he put. Drink. Tell me when
the stream's back.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll go grab a drink too.
Oh,
Man, that
that's
was
hilarious.
amazing though.
Oh my god.
I'm real
crying.
sorry. From what I could tell, from what I could tell,
I just imagine like one person that doesn't understand what's going on is like clapping.
That's like in the back. Yay!
I'll be right back.
I'm pretty sure it went down around the time where there was the rolls, there was 100 and a 22, and then that's where it went down.
Okay. Well, while Inferno's getting a drink, people in the stream can confirm what they last heard.
Yeah.
You guys missed that sweet 100 out of D100.
Sorry, guys.
What happened when August flipped her? Instead of flipping you over his shoulder, he instead of well, Inferno can say it when he gets back. He said it. He could say it much better than I could. If only it was 3 galaxy rolls. The stage explodes.
Oh my goodness! It cut out right during that point. This is amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're streaming again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Whatever. You can't blame your internet. I have my own disconnection issue sometimes. Not everyone's back though yet, right?
I'm here.
Okay. Lavin, are you back?
No.
Darn it!
That's
I
right.
need him here because I need his reaction.
Guys, you're witnessing the first player kill of the entire. Ellie's dead. I gotta roll a new character.
Don't tease them like that. Although this is a big tease now because they're waiting to hear what happened.
Yeah.
And we went on. We were laughing and
we
everything.
were
So
crying.
our reaction isn't going to be as authentic. But what can you do?
Yeah. It's okay. Oh my god. To roll 100 at that moment.
At that moment, it's just it's magic.
Oh my god. Wait, is Ellie Day dead? Is
You'll
Ellie
find out
Day
soon once the other players decide to show up. We decided to take a break because we didn't know how long it would take for the stream to get back online. I'm just getting a visual in my head. I gotta save my chuckles for the description.
Oh, it's perfect.
It really is. It really is. There's been some really climactic moments in our campaign where a 1 or 100 determines a lot. I think one of my favorite ones was Tom, with no acting ability whatsoever, trying to convince an NPC.
Yeah.
Trying to convince an alien DB, Tyne Pearson, who was very corrupt and involved in a slave operation, a slave ring, convincing her of his innocence and everything like that. And he rolled a natural 1, and she was just putty in his hands. It was amazing. It completely changed the entire campaign of where that was going. So
yeah.
I think my favorite thing you've ever done as a GM, Inferno, was the one time where you basically saw a roll that I did, and you're just like, you know what? No.
What roll was that?
I warped a dude into another dimension and tried to convince him I was a god
right.
or a deity or some sort of thing. And I rolled a number that was just under of like a
the threshold.
The threshold, and you're just like, you know what? No.
You succeed.
Yes.
Good, thank you. Lavin, is back? No, sorry.
Yep.
Okay, so you're saying
it is quite a skill for a GM to actually understand that maybe that like little bit that they missed doesn't matter, or maybe it shouldn't be just a sliver of HP anymore.
Thank
It's
you. Thank you.
it's-
I appreciate that.
it's great.
So back into the action, folks, and they ended at the best part. Okay, so let us set back up, right?
Mhm.
Ellie's trying to sing and improv with the band that's playing this really high tempo beat. She's trying to make up words. She's a little distracted. So her dancing isn't really the best. It's kind of just a lot of faking it. However, August is just, I don't know if he's drunk on booze, on the music, on the atmosphere, on the crowd, because some people are seeing him and he's busting some really interesting moves. It's nothing really timepiece wise, but he's just doing with such confidence and such flair. It's great. And the crowd really gets into it when he grabs a hold of Cynthia and starts swinging her around during these twirls, and she's not really doing a great job with it. It's a little awkward, but at this point, August is thinking to like really wow the crowd and do a couple flips, right? So he hoists her up and he tries to flip her over her shoulder, but he miscalculates. He flips her way too hard. Instead of going over her shoulder, she goes out the other way, does a cartwheel in the air, and lands flat on her face. The band immediately stops playing. There's a huge gasp in the crowd, and you could hear a pin drop. Even the composed Miss Johnson, drinking her single martini, mysteriously in the corner of the bar, looks with surprise and shock at this sudden occurrence. Lavin, Cynthia. Wait. Also, August's face turns so bright red, and the poor man looks like he's about to cry.
Cynthia lays motionless for maybe about 5 seconds, but with the tension building in the air, it seems like forever.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse when a lady up at the top. Up in the higher levels, yells out, "Is there a doctor in the building?"
And Cynthia takes one hand and puts it on the ground, then takes her other hand, puts it on the ground, and
Marlis is quickly scurrying to your aid, and you can see the tuxedoed figure of the gentleman moving over towards you as he rests his hands on your shoulder. Yeah, go ahead.
She'll slowly push herself up, and she has her head facing downwards.
Okay.
And she holds up her hand at who was holding her? August?
Marlis.
Oh, Marlis.
Marlis Dodge. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll hold up her hand like for him to stop, and then she lifts up her head so that her face is like in the light. And she is laughing so hard she's crying. And she'll shout out, "Boy, am I embarrassed!" And then she'll pick up August and start twirling him around above her head. And
that's why I got off the stage, says Lavin to Ezex and Mathless.
And she'll say as she's twirling him, I'm assuming I'll have to make some kind of check, but assuming it pans out, she'll say, "I think he meant to do this." The Inferno?
Inferno?
Dead.
Oh no.
I'm so amazed that you are twirling August.
Yeah. No skill check required.
I still just love the idea that when it's quiet, you just hear like one, "Yay!" We're not supposed to.
Now the internet's being cruel today.
Yeah. Internet does not want anything to work.
Very
What?
cool.
What?
There he goes. There he goes again.
Screaming Discord.
Or internet. Either way, I'm blaming at someone.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said at least?
I got to the part where you start laughing like crazy.
Yeah.
You're picking up August and you're twirling him above his head, above
Yeah.
your head, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
the idea is while she's doing that, she'll say, I think he meant to do this.
Okay. Okay, there's a few things I want to add on in. So your nose isn't broken, but it's bloody,
Yep.
which is going to make this even more interesting. Thankfully, this is grayscale, so you just see dark smears underneath your nose, and you taste the tang of blood as your bloody nose is going into your mouth as you're beaming and smiling. And now August is paralyzed in embarrassment and fear. So he's really easy to pick up, and he's not a very big guy, so your physical strength is so strong. I don't need to do any sort of check for that. Ironically, I need you to roll a D100 to make sure you don't drop, because you're flipping him over your head, and you might drop August. So, okay. You're good. You're good. You got 59. Okay. It would have been more interesting if I gave you that the threshold before you rolled, but that's okay. It was good.
Oh,
It was
sorry.
a 70% threshold, 70% twirl thing. So he August gives surprised brace of confusion and tear as the crowd is still a little quiet, and for a little while, the only thing that pierces the air is your laughter. And August is like mewling screams for help until the band kind of looks to each other and they start the drums start up again and the horns start up again, and it's like almost like the circus, like as they're doing that. And eventually it takes a moment or two because people are looking very confused and concerned at each other. But eventually, one person starts clapping along, the other ones do, and due to your pure confidence and pure energy and just taking a landing to the face so well, you hear some comments of I guess this was a part of this. Oh, this is very dizzy. I don't. Well, I guess it's I kind of despite the wackiness of it all, they eventually get back into it, and you're able to finish the set. Once the song slows down, do you set August down, or do
She'll-
you keep spinning?
She'll, and I don't know if you want me to roll for this again, but she'll go to pretend she's dropping August, but catch him bridal style is essentially what she's trying to do.
By the way, I made a mistake. I said August's face turned bright red. That's the GM forgetting this. There's some things I don't forget when I incorporate color. That I totally forgot. His face turns dark. Super dark. He's blushing. Right? He's blushing in grayscale. But okay, so you set him down in a bridal, and if you could see color, August's red face would now be turning green. But now, instead of a dark gray, his face is now kind of like a pale color, as he is clearly very dizzy and confused, and his poor body has gone through such a flurry of emotions over a short period of time. He's pretty much putty in Cynthia's hands. So you have him in bridal style. Do you set him down, or do you hoist him
No, we're
up?
going to the bar, and August and I are gonna get twasted.
Twisted?
Schwasted. We're getting twasted.
Okay. Marlis picks up on the on the signals, and he goes to the microphone. He goes, "Well, one more hand for the I guess we should call her the versatile vixen of Veldis City. Am I right, folks?" And there's a little bit of laughter and whatnot. Let's give her another round of applause. I'm sure she'll take signatures and comments just here at our fine bar. Enjoy our fine selections of whiskeys, ryes, and gins, folks. Now let's get back to it with a little bit of jazz tonight, he says, as the band continues playing. I'm gonna pause with Lavin and August and Cynthia here for a moment, and if it's okay by you, we'll shift back over to the other gentleman.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with you guys? Okay. Tom, Al, Patrick, you're all here?
Yay.
I am.
Yay.
Okay, all right. So, you were investigating the radio room, and Lee was leading you over to the next room next door. Do you follow suit?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right. The door leading to another much larger room than the radio room across the hall in which you stepped into opens up. Let me get to the right layer. Opens up to a very large room with a variety of small stools, a few gurneys, some simple shelving, and what appears to be a flurry of medical instrumentation. And what you see, even though it is all, just like everywhere else in this world, filled with grayscale colors, there is a strange dynamic going on. Furniture of this place is all as you see. However, Al, your physical medical equipment, from a modern laser scalpel to even something as simple as a diagnostics device, have not changed. They're the same. And therefore, this makeshift medical room is a strange combination of both modern medical technology from the Earth that you just left to current antiquated furniture of this current dimension.
I would go look. He'd look at it for like 10 seconds and then go, "Huh, that's new."
Yeah, says Lee. I got no idea. I've tried to do a few incantations to see if there was anything special about your equipment, to see if it was enchanted in some way, and it's a little tricky. From what I can tell, it hasn't been enchanted whatsoever. But this place is so immersed in magic, my typical detection techniques are kind of throwing things off a little bit. So this is just another heap of mystery onto everything else, says Lee.
But a very fortunate one.
If you say so. He says, I recall you guys recently telling me that Tyrath advised fitting in. So he gestures to like a modern laser scalpel and points towards it. That might stick out.
Agreed. But if it comes to saving someone's life or fitting in, and Al just kind of shrugs.
Yeah, Lee says, especially if it's my life. He kind of gives a bit of a laugh as he says, one more place. It's more of an extension to this place. Follow me. And he leads you down to the end of the hallway, and it looks like it actually exits out into the building. But in fact, it exits out into a glass enclosure. And sure enough, you can see the very end of the behemoth parkade warehouse is in fact what appears to be a makeshift greenhouse. And very similar to the medical room, for lack of a better word, the surgery room that you just exited. This greenhouse is made of simple glasses, wooden beams, and the furniture looks very suitable. However, Patrick, every single plant that you have gathered, whether it was an alien plant from the planet Mars, or something that you harvested from space, or something that you found on Rift's Earth, whether mundane or alien, is all here. Once again, it's all in grayscale, but it's all here. The only difference is that a lot of your diagnostic equipment that you used has either morphed or is not currently present. You do have things like cooling procedures and ways of administering water to all these plants, but something like and there's a microscope in the corner, some glass slides, but nothing like your advanced medical equipment that you had before. Sorry, medical equipment, advanced scientific equipment that you had before.
Is there anything replacing it, or is it just...
The only thing that's replacing it, like I said, is scientific equipment similar to this time period. So slides, microscopes, things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever botanists used in 1937, which I don't really know right now, but I'll look up for you. Groovy?
I do not need to know the details of that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem. I appreciate that. So with that, Lee kind of gives a bit of a shrug. He says most of our equipment is still in those wooden crates of sorting it all out.
I was gonna say bye because you skipped Scory.
You cut out for a second.
I thought you were going away again, but you're good.
Yeah.
So, what did you miss?
Oh, nothing. It was for like a second.
He
Okay.
was going through the wooden crates.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was going through wooden crates. All right. Do you guys want to say or do anything here, or shall I move on?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Around this time, as you're milling around the greenhouse and the other rooms inside this behemoth parkade warehouse, you hear the door on the other end of the building open up, and you hear Blink's voice call out, and she says, "Lee, are you still here?" Lee turns his head to what he says. He goes, "Yeah, we're back here, Blink." And sure enough, you can hear her footsteps approach. And as she opens the door towards the green room itself, you can see her dressed in odd attire. At the very top of her body is robed in a dress current to the period, with maybe the shoulder straps being a little bit slinkier than usual. Her hair looks like there was a hat on it, but it was taken off, so there's still like some bobby pins in her hair. She's still in all grayscale as everyone else is, but instead of a dress going down, around her waist is a pair of what it looks to be like men's working trousers. And it looks like she's tucked the dress portion inside the pants. In addition, she is wearing these really large boots that are probably 2 sizes too big for her. And as she steps into the room and she begins speaking, you all smell something kind of funky. Like, I don't know, like something like, I don't know, garbage or sewerage, or kind of like a sewery smell to it. And she says, "I just finished my," and she looks at the other fellows here, and she sees Al, and she sees Patrick, and she sees Tom, and her eyes light out, and she moves towards you, Tom, and she says, "Oh, it's so good. When did you guys get here?"
Not so long ago. We came. What is that smell?
"Oh," she says as she blinks 6 times in quick succession. "I was doing a perimeter search, and it appears there seems to be some underground passageways, and some of them kind of lead into a well, it looks like she pauses for a moment, looks down, a sewer." So that's probably what that is.
Right.
Yeah. She says there's showers and everything in the top levels of well, whatever that club is, this Rhapsody business. She says, I'm. She closes her eyes a little bit to stop the succession of blinking as she says, "This is all extremely strange, and it looks like a lot of our belongings have changed or shaped, and we became separated from you and we're worried, but we all got together and we just assumed that with all these strange posters around town, you would see them and come here. Is Ellie and Lavin, are they here too, or did they get separated from you?"
Yeah, they're currently inside the Rhapsody, doing their. I think they're doing their dance or song number,
Oh, she
like on the
says.
posters.
At this point, unbeknownst to you, this was the exact moment where Cynthia fell on her face.
Hands over.
But she says, well, I made some discoveries. We can avoid the actual sewer part, but while you're out here, I think you'll want to see this, she says.
All right, let's go. What are you
Okay.
going to show us?
Well, she says, apparently there was some fellow that used to run this place, and from the sounds of it, he was some sort of gangster, or he worked in illegal operations. And so I thought, for everyone had their own task of something to do, and I was a little restless and frankly worried about all of you. And her eyes linger on Tom, but. So I thought I'd check things out, investigate, and as I was prodding along, I kind of just came across, well, this, she says. And as she's explained, she's taking you along the side of the Behemoth Parkade warehouse, directly opposite of the little mechanical stall that Jalea is located in, and the really strange high-rise building. Oh yeah, I should flip you guys on over back to there. And sure enough, she opens up this sewer grate, and she gestures down towards it, and there, sure enough, there is a dark black ladder leading down into the ground, in which she boldly steps into, and gestures for you all to follow.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Me too. Yeah.
All right. Patrick?
Ooh, is this going into the sewers?
Yeah.
And she says, no, she says, this first portion isn't the sewers, even though it looks like it from the outside. The sewers are a little bit further down.
Oh, then no.
Patrick nods and follows in.
Sure. And sure enough, as you descend, you do not descend into what you would assume would be smoothly cemented or dug out sewers. In fact, it looks like what you're descending into, it looks like to be almost a man-made hole. And sure enough, as you descend down the ladder itself, you can see, in fact, even the sewer grate above it doesn't look like it was professionally bored into. It looks like someone manually made the hole and just put a fake sewer grate atop. As you descend down into the ground, sure enough, the bottom of the ladder is lit up by what appears to be a gas lantern, in which Blink picks up into one able hand and guides you down this really constrictive and tight cavern. Luckily, you don't have to descend too far into it. You're only about 25 steps in before things begin to open up just a little bit. And you can see to your left one simple wooden door that looks like it's ready to fall off from its hinges. And to your right, a different door that looks far more secure. It looks like it is made of at least 10 inches of solid steel with a large wheel around the front of it, very similar to what you might see in like an old-timey bank. A bank vault door, frankly, is what it is. It's not shut, it's set askew. And as Blink guides you into it, you can see very clearly that this is a very secure vault, for lack of a better word. It's not very large. The room is only about 10 foot long by 10 foot wide. And it's only about, I'd say about 7 feet tall, but it is completely encased in what you can assume is equally thick metal all around. There doesn't seem to be any valuables inside. However, those of you with the demolition skill, which I know Al for sure has, others might have it, you don't need to roll. This is just a general knowledge thing. You'd be able to sustain that. This itself could sustain quite a hearty blast before actually buckling. Blink explains that she hasn't really shut the door because she doesn't know the combination and she doesn't want to lock this room up until, you guys were here and were able to everyone as a group were able to figure it out. In the other room across from this vault, in a door that looks like it has been manually kicked in a few times, you can see holes poking through the wooden slats of this door. Opens up into a larger area. It's about 20 feet by 30 feet, but it's much more dingier. There's no smooth metal walls at all. This looks like it's been carved out of the earth and stone of the city below. And it's dark and it's grimy. But what you can see spread throughout the entire thing are what appears to be large bathtubs, large barrels and casks, and a variety of clear tubing. Patrick, I would like you to roll me a D100, please.
Okay.
Okay. You look around this area, and your knowledge of the time and period, once again, is not as clear as you would like it to be. But from your understanding, you're not exactly sure of the technique. But this seems to be like a makeshift brewery. What's really strange is that, from your knowledge, alcohol is legal. So this is not how you would imagine a brewery to be. But maybe this was here before things were legal, or perhaps this was alcohol made on the side. But what you can determine is that all this equipment is still, although empty, is very much in good enough condition to be operational.
We could brew our own booze.
Yeah, I'm going to very much relay that information to everyone else.
Okay. Speaking of relaying information, Blink will also gesture down, further down the tunnel, beyond the large vault door and the wooden door leading into the makeshift brewery. She does point down there as the light of her lantern starts to cast shadows down the man-made tunnel. And she says, into there taps into the sewer system, the entire city. We don't need to go there because you don't want to smell like I do. But take my word for it. I've been exploring there the past 15, 20 minutes or so, and I think it extends everywhere. I think. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling the people who ran this place kind of used this as a lair, as a place to come and go without going out to the, up above.
Okay.
It reinforces the theory that the person who ran this place before was pretty shady.
Yeah, definitely.
Although I don't know what that equipment is, except Patrick just explained it to everyone. So,
Tom, this might be a good time to fill Blink in on what we do know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just say you fill her in? And
Yes.
what
I'm fine with that.
Please.
You've explained it to so many poor NPCs. We don't need to explain it again. Is that fair?
Patrick does have a question for her.
Mm-hmm.
So, were we the only ones split up? Us five?
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Did I disconnect?
Oh.
Mm, I may have just
I can
broken
hear
up for
you.
a sec.
Hi?
Yeah,
Hello.
hi.
Hey, hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
Right. So Patrick's question is, were we the only 5 split up from the rest of the group?
Yes. Yeah. Button can confirm that everyone else that was aboard the Rhapsody showed up here on the Rhapsody. Well, Rhapsody Club and Behemoth Parkade, but yeah, in this location for sure. Close to each other too, she says.
Odd. All right.
With that, she can guide you guys back out this little underground layer, if that's fine by you, unless you guys want to stick around and look around a bit more.
I don't think so. Except maybe make just a general, I don't know what you would call it, an investigation check to see if we find anything of note. But she seems to have already looked thoroughly. So
Yeah.
what was in the vault again?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Metal floors, ceilings, and walls.
Any
Give me
shelves?
2 seconds. I gotta just.
Sure.
Yeah, no shelves. Yeah, sorry, I just gotta close my window. Fucking
Sure.
dog. So 1 moment.
Mhm.
Word. I'm a dog. Word. That was my contribution to this moment.
Oh,
Brought
boy.
to you by this moment. Sponsored in part by this moment.
I can't wait for...
I was just doing. I was just making small talk with myself. Don't mind me. Continue.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. So, no, I mean you can stop and explore this place thoroughly if you like, but the rooms aren't very big, vast, or there are a lot of crevices. So, to be honest to you, unless you want to go into the sewers, you're not going to discover anything special.
Okay.
Okay. So you head back up past this little underground layer and head back into the parkade behind the Rhapsody. You can still hear the music going on from the inside, and some folks trickle in and out of the alleyway, fetching their cars. And Jalea, Blink, and Lee join you and ask, you guys want to do next? Do you want to? There's a couple higher floors in the Rhapsody itself. Al did mention gathering everybody together for a chat. Do you think it's best to, well, at least collect Mila and Lavin and see who else is free on the Rhapsody itself? Or should we wait until the party dies down and the club closes and then have everyone together?
I think it might be best to wait until things die down. We're trying to stay as noticeable as possible.
Okie dokie. All right. So then, my player as a GM to Tom, Patrick, and Al is, where would you guys like to go?
Honestly, I mean, if we've explored pretty much everything, I'm fine going back inside.
Okie dokie.
I think I might want to spend some time with Lee
Okay.
on the behemoth, or in the behemoth, going through all of the crates and everything.
Okie dokie. Patrick?
He would like to go back into the club, or
Okay.
whatever it may be.
Yep. Club works. The Rhapsody, regardless. Okay. All right. So, Patrick and Al head back inside there. Lee heads back into the Behemoth Parkade with Tom. Blink also enters the Rhapsody so she can go up to the upper floors and get herself cleaned up. Whereas Jalea prefers to stay outside as well until everyone gathers. The large crowds and the strange culture and everything is making her more than a little uncomfortable. So she's very content with staying and messing around and trying to discover more about these strange automobiles. So when Patrick and Al enter back into the Rhapsody itself, you would find the band still playing, although they're playing like a softer, smoother jazz song now instead of the high swing. And you see a lot of folks still drinking and dancing. Some folks slow dancing as well. Um, as a lot of people are, as you kind of pass through the kitchen and get back onto the main floor of the Rhapsody, you, you notice there's like a bit of a change in mood, perhaps nothing necessarily negative. But Patrick and Al, you notice a lot of people are talking to each other, like a lot of whispering, a lot of gossiping, and a lot of looks are headed towards the bar, which has August, Lavin, and Cynthia, by the looks of it, drinking extremely heavily. In addition, Cynthia seems to have a very. Would you have wiped away your bloody nose, or would it still just be?
Yeah, she took like two I guess drink
Oh my-
napkins or
oh
whatever
my
and
God,
like
yes.
stuffed them up there.
Yeah, that would definitely bring some looks, and you can see Cynthia with two balled up napkins jammed into her nose. Yes.
Question, real quick.
Okay.
One's more from Al's knowledge, from what he has seen, because he's been with Cynthia a very long time. If she had a broken nose or something, it would probably heal fairly quickly. If I understand correctly, from what he knows.
From your experience of the mind over matter implants and treating.
Uh-oh.
Do we lose him?
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of that guy in Moulin Rouge with narcolepsy.
It's very
That could be the head cannon.
I like to imagine the whole Rift world just slows to a stop every time.
The world has to take a pause.
Yeah.
The internet is not behaving tonight now, is it?
No.
Not even for me.
Yeah.
No.
Even a little.
Not even a little bit. Someone contact Inferno through Skype. I did it through Discord, but I don't think it's...
If it's not sending through disc, he probably knows by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the silence. Oh,
Yeah.
I can
Hey,
still
Inferno.
hear you. So I heard the Moulin Rouge narcolepsy thing. I heard the world slowing down. I just can't speak anything, so I don't know what the deal is. But it happens during the same time, so I don't know
So
what the
weird.
deal is. It's
So
very
weird.
depressing and frustrating. But what can you do?
I'm sorry, fella.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it. So let's just continue on. All right. So, where was I? They were. Oh yeah, I was explaining. You're familiar with me, Cynthia's whatever her face. Your friend. You're familiar with her bioregenerative abilities, and you do know that although she can heal her own wounds, and it's faster than regular human healing, it's by no means super powerful or supernatural. It will take like a few hours or overnight for it to heal, or maybe even a day or two. But you do know that it doesn't leave any scars. So yes, you are.
Okay.
So a long answer to your question is yes, you're aware of her bioregenerative abilities. You've traveled.
Got
with
it.
her.
And then the second question would be from a glance, because I'm not about to go up there and start playing with her nose. Does it look like it might be badly damaged, as in a broken nose, or does it just look bloody? Or is
You'll
it
have
hard
to get a
tell?
little bit closer. Unfortunately, you're on the other end of the club. Her head isn't turned towards you the entire time. There's a lot of people coming and going, and there's a lot of smoke hazing up the club too. Everyone likes to smoke in this universe for some
That's
reason.
weird.
I know. They keep these white sticks to their mouths. So you'll have to get a little bit closer. But when you do get closer, you can see that it doesn't look broken, but it doesn't look broken.
Okay. Al would definitely make his way there, and he would come up and he'd be like, "Everything okay?"
Ezex laughs loudly. He goes, "More than okay. Her and August put on one hell of a show." Face plant as he
Well,
plays a new
wait.
for Cynthia.
August did that?
Yeah, what happened?
August?
It's me, Ellie, by the way. What happened? Cynthia didn't want to deal with the pain, but I feel really good drinking this little goofy juice. Anyway, yeah, August got a little carried away during our show. It was
I
really
was-
fun.
Dancing, says August, clearly 5 sheets to the wind as he sways on his stool. I like the music. I was dancing. I am so sorry. He looks giving Ellie a hangdog look.
It's okay, August. It was an accident. I guess I'm not much of a dancer. That's what I learned tonight.
You're probably a fantastic dancer. Just everyone makes mistakes.
Oh no, Ellie just shakes
You
her
can
head.
see both Ezex, Basilisk, Alicia by the bar, even August drunkenly all just shaking their heads. And Al's comment.
Al does notice it. Then he pauses and he says, "Is it very painful? I can help with that if you want."
What? The drink's painful? No, I don't think the drink is painful.
Is
Hey,
your nose painful?
look, hey, Al, and Ellie will kind of lean over towards you, and she
You can light a match with her breath, dude.
I understand.
She holds up a tiny shot glass. I've had 30 of these. 30.
Al's eyes widen.
You
He
should
goes,
try having some too.
GM,
Yeah.
from Al's experience, do mind over matter implants help with liver poisoning?
You don't know about that, but you have in the past known that she has drunk strong alcoholic beverages and doesn't seem to be affected by them.
Got it.
So you may infer that she has a high metabolism for booze.
Got it. Al would, Al doesn't typically drink except for one thing, but in the spirit, he'll say, "Sure, I'll have one."
20.
One.
Come on, you can
15.
do better than one.
You heard Lavin?
Yeah. Ellie, what you gotta do is
Yeah.
he needs some incentive, and the best incentive for drinking is shame. So take him on the stage.
No.
Okay. Come on. She goes to stand up, but she kind of starts losing her balance. a bit.
Basilisk raises his hand and adjusts his little bowler hat. He goes, "I got the solution right here." He goes out, takes a dark clear bottle, puts it on the bar in front of Al. He says, "One."
Not that one.
Okay, he says. As he looks over, he takes a bigger square glass bottle and he sticks it in front of Al. That one.
Al sniffs it. Does it smell very strong?
Yes.
Not that one.
Ezex narrows his eyes. He finds a small, squat, very dark bottle. He uncorks it, sniffs it, takes a drink into it, backwashes into it, puts it in front of Al. He says, "One."
Al has this incredibly disgusted look on his face as he watched all of this. And he looks at Ezek. Ezek, how does he look?
Ezex looks both amused and also a little annoyed that you keep passing up on these drinks.
Make my elf friend a delicious apple teeny.
Al's gonna have one of the backwashed Ezek's drink.
Why? I just ordered you an apple tea. She looks at
Too late.
Al.
Too late, says Ezex, now all smiles and wagging his tail behind him. It tastes good.
Mhm.
It tastes like, well, wait. Half of it tastes good.
Right.
You have like this really sweet, like honey taste, but then it also tastes like Ezex.
Al is like
Or would
quietly.
you imagine Ezex's mouth to taste?
Al
And
is quietly screaming inside.
Okay, but Ezex kind of looks towards Basilisk. Basilisk looks to Ezex. They give themselves a satisfied smile, and Ezex says, "I'm actually kind of impressed." He gives this weird gesture with his hands. "You are absolved. You're fine now."
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come
So-
on, Al, come dance with me. Yeehaw! She's saying all of this, but she's like just sitting there.
Okay, good. I was like, I might go to keep her up, but if she's not moving, Al would nod and smile happily, but not move.
Gotcha. You see a fellow, middle-aged gentleman, dressed in the dark uniform and shiny buttons of a police officer, more specifically thanks to his big fancy hat and the fact that he was pointed out earlier. A gentleman named Arthur Green starts sauntering over towards the bar as well, headed directly towards your little partying group. He has this big, gleaming politician smile on his face.
Howdy.
He gives a bit of a smile. He goes, "Hello there, miss. That was quite the strange spectacle there. I hope everything's okay."
I think so. I think most of the bleeding has stopped.
"Oh, I see. Well, when they promised one corker for our opening, I do have to say this will be the talk of the town for quite some time. And
Well-
you folks sure know how to make an entrance." He kind of gives another big smile, and like the gleam in his eyes implies that he knows something, or he's implying something.
We do know how to walk into buildings. Isn't that right, Patrick?
Patrick snaps out of what he was thinking about and goes, yes, I don't think I did too much, I suppose. Should probably fix that.
Arthur Green looks very confused for a moment. I would like, not Cynthia, she's too drunk. Lavin, I'd like you to roll me a 1d20, Patrick to roll me a 1d20, Al to roll me a 1d20, please. Okay.
Dope.
And Al to roll me a 1d20. There we go. Patrick, you notice that blonde in the corner, that strange Miss Johnson that was pointed out by Yasmin. I guess you didn't get her name yet because only Cynthia and Lavin got her name. But that strange blonde woman in the corner, she's gone now. Her seat is empty. Her half-drunk Manhattan is still on the bar top. But Mr. Arthur Green still looks a bit, he looks a little confused at the little conversation that's going on. He kind of clears his throat and he goes, "Well, I was tipped off that you folks would make your big appearance here tonight, and I thought I'd get a more," he kind of scrunches up his nose, "more formal introduction. Arthur Green, but I'm sure you know that already, with what you've done with this city already."
Is Ed doing anything?
No, Ed is not doing anything.
Okay.
Although you do notice that 2 of the women and 3 of the gentlemen, along with Mr. Lawrence Carter and the woman that he was dancing with earlier on, have all vacated the area as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But, yeah, Arthur Green gives a big smile and kind of look around. And you can see now that he's sizing you all up by the looks of it.
Do you want to dance?
He goes, no, I've got my dancing done with already there, miss. And besides, I'm more interested in meeting and greeting and drinking, of course. My dancing days are behind me.
Oh, okay.
And I wouldn't want to put any more strain on a lovely young lady such as yourself. You've already had a very eventful evening. He kind of gives a sniff and smells the alcohol on your breath and tries to hide a surprised look of distaste, but is only partially successful.
Well, you just witnessed the end of my career. I think I'll be a botanist.
And he gives a bit of a laugh. I highly doubt that. I'm sure you'll be able to bounce back. And he pauses for a moment. Oh, no, pun intended.
I just got it.
But if there's one thing I've learned, and I'm sure I'm sure Lawrence Carter can confirm, is that there's no such thing as bad news. You're going to get a lot of tongues a-wagging in this city, and I'm sure a lot of folks will be coming by tomorrow night and the nights further on to check out the Velda City Vixen.
Right. Tomorrow night. Of course.
Yes, I was under the impression that this was a grand opening and you'd be running a program, events here every night.
Yes, I was just agreeing with you in a different tone, Ellie says, glancing around at her companions.
Oh, good.
Patrick
says
nods.
Says Green. As he leans against the bar top, he goes, because I was informed, and he kind of gives that sly know-it-all look again, that you were going to make things nice and legitimate now that all that dirtiness has been swept underneath the rug.
Legitimate?
Yes. Nice and clean. Squeaky perfect.
I mean, I guess this place is pretty tidy.
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. We've been legitimate from day one.
Yes, he says, giving a knowing look and a wink. You're absolutely right. How unfair of me to criticize or imply. Yes, that is good. He gives another knowing smile as he orders a drink from Basilisk. Basilisk quickly gestures with his hand, and he takes that little squat bottle and he hands it to Basilisk, and Basilisk happily starts pouring a drink and hands it towards Arthur Green.
Al puts on the charmingest smile while this happens. He says, "So, can we expect to see you around here on a regular basis?"
Oh, I don't know. I think I might stop in from time to time to enjoy the sights, the sounds, and to see if my new best friends need any help. He gives another wink, and then he takes a drink of that drink. And he pulls a very sour face as he goes back and puts the shot glass back on the bar, and he says, if you excuse me. As he turns around and makes a very quick run to the gentleman's bathroom.
Guy can't hold his liquor, I guess.
You hear Ezek's laugh, harshly and loudly, over the top of the music.
So Inferno, who's still here of the list of NPCs? Paul Hill, Arthur Green. Oh, well, Arthur Green just left, but Donna Wright, Lawrence Carter, the others. Who are still here?
Well, Miss Johnson is nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Carter is seen by the entrance. He looks like he's getting his coat and a fur coat from the young lady that he brought with him. Donna Wright also seems to have left. However, Arthur Green just went into the bathroom, and Mayor Paul Hill is still around as well. He's smoking this huge fat cigar with looks like three other gentlemen, and one of the tables set higher up on a rise, and it looks like they're about halfway through a bottle of wine. And he's in the middle of telling this huge joke because you can hear these big bellies, roars of laughter as the four gentlemen around this table are just braying on and on.
Al would notice that. He'd look over to Alicia and or is she behind the counter too, or is it just Basketballs and Music? Okay.
Oh yeah, she's been hovering back and forth between the bar top and the back room and the bar in the back room and dealing with customers and all that other good stuff. But yeah, she's around. So you're able to flag her down.
He'd ask, "Is there a bottle of my drink around?"
She scrunches up her eyebrows and she says, "What do you mean?"
The only thing I usually ever drink, Star Caboso.
Oh, she says. No, it wasn't here at the bar. She says it might be up in the kitchenette upstairs or in some of the storage that Lee was going through.
That's fine.
Tom, I'm going to switch to you. As you help put things away, sure enough, you come across this smooth metal cylinder of Al's precious Star Caboso. With many other items as well.
We still have one of these around, Chucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Force it into the sewer.
No.
Metagame. Fuck you, Al.
No. That was a joke. He'll set it aside. Because he knows that Al literally cannot go a day without it. It's almost as if he is addicted to it.
Almost.
Very nearly.
But anyways, no. Unfortunately, Burn, to be absolutely honest, I can't think of anything really fun and dynamic of just helping Lee unpack stuff.
Oh, no.
So
Dude, that's
I'm sorry.
Cool.
Although we might tip off to you in a moment here soon enough. So
sure.
Be patient, my friend.
There is something that I would like to know eventually if I do come across it. If I recognize...
Okay, what would you like to know?
Yeah, if I recognize any of, like, old one-shot, maybe it turned into a M1 Garand. Maybe I can find my swords. Maybe I can find some of the other items that people have misplaced.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we'll tip back onto that if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes?
Yeah,
Burn?
No problem.
Okay, cool. All right, switching back to Al. Sorry, I had to interrupt for the sake of comedy. But Alicia kind of gives a bit of a shrug, and she says it could be in the kitchen upstairs.
No, that's fine. Then can you get me a glass of something that looks expensive and a lot of ice?
Okay, she says as she rummages through there. And she goes to the back and she looks through a couple lists and she comes back with what appears to be a large clear bottle. It's mostly clear with this big black label on it called Gold Fleck Premium Chardonnay. And sure enough, it appears floating in it are these little bright flecks of some sort of substance in it. And Alicia puts that on the table and she says, according to the inventory or log or whatever you would call it in the back there, this is literally the most expensive thing that is in our bar.
All right. I'm going to try and go talk to the mayor. I figured I might as well bring something with me that makes me look more dignified, I guess.
Do you want me to come with you?
Al would look at Ellie and say, "You'd like." I always enjoy your company.
Ellie will give Al a strange look, and then she'll pull out the napkins from her nose. Is she still bleeding?
No, you've stopped bleeding now. Those napkins have been jammed up there for a while. It has staunched the flow of blood.
How does my face look? Is it all pretty?
Nostrils have like blood caked around it, and her makeup is weird, and her hair is kind of a mess.
Al would take like a cloth and there's got to be water around somewhere, right?
I guess if you want to be boring, says Ezek, as he gets
Yeah.
you a glass of water.
Al would like dip it in water and kind of start gently as possible because it has to be painful. Cleaning up
Yeah,
Ellie's.
still she's still pretty. I don't know if she's drunk still, but booze is a great painkiller sometimes.
True enough.
Let's
Uh,
go.
and then
Wait,
he'd say, "There you go," like it never
Okay.
happened.
Yeah, yeah, right. Let's go.
So Al will take the cup, which is hopefully more ice than drink. And he would hold his elbow out to Ellie.
She will grab it, and most of her weight starts going on your arm.
Oh, actually, first Al would, of course, he would remove his lab coat, I guess is what you would call it.
Yep.
And probably his
medical jacket.
Yeah. So that it's more like just the vest and the shirt.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which, yes, I know that's my weapons too. But he'd lay them on the bar, and then he'd support Ellie's weight.
Well, you're gonna be screwed when the mayor pulls out a laser pistol and shoots.
Right?
I got you this time, Al.
I still have sharp. No, but and he would make their way towards the mayor's table.
Okay. Lavin, Patrick, what would you like to do?
I'm happy just sitting at the bar at the moment.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Patrick?
Patrick is going to go and sort of nonchalantly wonder how we're supposed to find that rabbit. Think we should just ask people? Go into some newspapers?
Ezek shrugs and says, I don't know. You're the smart guy.
Patrick scrunches a bit.
Yeah, me and Ellie talked to a couple people, but we never really seemed to make any progress towards figuring any of this out. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Alicia says, well, it looks like things are winding down a little bit. Some folks are already starting to leave. She says, we might, in about an hour or two, I figure things might shut down and we can all put our heads together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that, Al and Ellie slide on over towards the mayor and his cronies. And when I say slides on over, I mean Ellie might be literally sliding right now because she's leaning on Al so much. But right foot, left foot, there, girl. As you approach the table, and as you do so, the mayor pokes the cigar out of the center of his mouth. He looks over towards you, a bit of amused, but always the gentleman. He stands up in the presence of a lady, and he says, good evening, as his other fellows also stand up from their chairs.
Gentlemen.
Hello.
I wanted to see how you were enjoying our opening night.
Oh, says the mayor. Well, good music, good drinks, good atmosphere, and unpredictable entertainment. I can say this will be very memorable. Very memorable. You put together yourself a nice little club here.
Thank you. Do you mind if we join you? It's not every night we get the pleasure of having the mayor come.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not here in any sort of official capacity. You understand? Says the mayor. But he looks over to a couple of his cronies and he kind of gestures off to one side, and they give a bit of a nod. And the mayor turns around. He takes the one chair. He pulls it out, and he says, "You definitely look like you need to sit down there, Miss. Well, I never got your name, only your nickname, but I don't suppose that's really appropriate for a gentleman like myself to call a lady."
You can call me Miss Furious.
He kind of gives like a thin, like humoring smile as he looks over towards Al, and the mayor kind of gives a flash of a look towards you and an unspoken of like, Is she gonna be okay? Type of look.
Al, he nods, but has like a sympathetic look to his face from behind
Hmm.
Ellie.
I see. Well, no, please sit down, Miss Furious.
She'll sit
Eh.
down.
And as Al sits, he says, "My good man, I
Eh.
would hope that no one comes here on an official capacity."
Well, you never know, especially around this city. Many times you have to mix business with pleasure, as unfortunate as it is. Sir, he says as he flags down one of the waiters, a hot steaming cup of coffee for the young lady here, if you wouldn't mind. The waiter gives a small nod and scurries off to grab it.
Al calls after him, "With sugar."
Lots of sugar.
Well, I would have figured she was sweet enough, but
Oh, you beat me to the punchline.
well, I didn't wake up yesterday, says the mayor. His other, the one other fellow in a black suit is still sitting right to his right, and he whispers something in the mayor's ear, and the mayor looks a little bit annoyed, and he looks towards the gentleman. He goes, I know. Just 5 minutes. What's it going to hurt? The crony nods a little bit and stays silent, looking towards the two of you carefully.
Is everything all right?
Oh, definitely. You know how, what we're just talking about. Having to miss business with pleasure. I have an issue I have to deal with in the next few minutes, but it can wait. It's not an emergency.
Oh, I wouldn't want to keep you waiting.
Nah, it'll be fine. I insist.
Okay.
So what do I owe the pleasure?
Well,
Other
we
than,
like...
mhm.
Oh, we just like to go around and just kind of meet and greet everyone, and you
Oh.
somehow just slipped through our sights.
Which is surprising considering the size of me. He kind of gives a laugh as he grabs his belly and jiggles it a little bit, clearly unashamed of his girth. In fact, perhaps even proud of it. As he says, but I appreciate that. That's a very hometown feel. Like you entering someone's house and they welcome you in. That sort of dignity and class is exactly what this city needs. Exactly what this city needs. It's too much of it is deteriorating, becoming swept up into the grime and the shadows. We need squeaky clean joints like this to be a beacon to the city, to let them know that Velda City is still the bastion of progress, entertainment, and high class. Am I right?
Al will hold up his cup. Here, here.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're going up for re-election with talking like that.
Well, he says it's only 2 years away, and you always got to keep your eyes on the pollsters. And the voters, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
But honestly, with what you've accomplished so far, I can't imagine that'll be a very hard victory for you.
Oh, you know my accomplishments. From my understanding, you were strangers to this town, have just recent arrivals. This was supposed to be your big shindig, was it not?
That's what I find so interesting. Most people in most towns wouldn't even be able to call their mayor by name, but anywhere I go, your name's on people's lips. That to me is a remarkable feat.
Ah, you better be careful, says the mayor. I'm very susceptible to flattery. But let's just say there are special occasions that happen, and leave it at that.
Al would nod. Understood. And as I said before, this is not supposed to be a business talk. This is supposed to be a place to relax and get away from that kind of thing.
He nods and he says, but he leans back in his chair so much you can hear it creak as he says, if a little bee of business were to fly into my ear, I don't think I would pluck it out so quickly.
That's wise advice. You don't happen to know any beehives around here, do you?
Oh, yes, I do. Quite a few. Now, are we talking about beehives, or he looks with a little smile, or are we talking about hornets' nests? You see, bees make honey, and honey's sweet. Everyone likes honey. It's good on their pancakes, and you can make it into mead. But hornets, all they cause is pain. I don't like hornets, mister. Do you?
I'm typically not a fan. We're trying to make an establishment here that people can come to enjoy themselves. I've never seen someone enjoy themselves
Sorry, go ahead.
I've never seen someone able to enjoy themselves around a hornet's nest.
Yep. He says, well, you got rid of a big hornet, but there's still plenty little ones buzzing around. And I know. I personally signed over the deed myself.
And Al gives kind of like a knowing look. I'm afraid, sir, I have to say I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Of course not. Of course not, he says. And he looks over to his crony to his right. And the crony kind of gives a bit of a shake of his head, but the mayor seems to ignore him. He goes, yeah, I know. Especially those hornets down Fleet Street and McKilla Avenue. Yeah, that's, you wouldn't know anything about that. You wouldn't want to deal with anything about that. No.
I don't understand. Are we talking about bees or are we talking about criminals?
Al maintains a completely neutral face as he looks at the mayor.
And the mayor gives a bit of a smile, and he leans over, and he has the cigar in between his two fingers, but he gives your hand a little derogatory consolidation pat. He says, don't you worry about it, honey. Let us gentlemen sort out the details.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Al like leans back in his chair, keeping the neutral face.
Sorry.
No.
Out of character. I'm sorry for the misogyny, but I think it's hilarious. And the mayor gives a bit of a wink, and he says, you just might want to be careful of them. I hear those hornets are buzzing along now that the king hornet, or I guess it's queen, I don't know, I'm not into insects. Regardless, now that you took over this hive, they're buzzing around. You just might want to keep an eye out. Then after that, you should be, well, in the gravy.
I appreciate the information, Han.
Well, I don't want you to get stung. I don't want anyone to get stung, especially, he leans over, giving you a knowing look, any voters. I don't want any voters to get stung. You understand?
I very much understand.
Good.
And I think that this might be a great place for voters to come and share their ideas. Wouldn't want that to be disturbed either.
I got a lot of constituents, says the mayor. But yeah. You find some really nice voters, and maybe I'll come on by here from time to time, see what they have to say. I like to keep my feet on the street and my heart with the people, after all. He gets a small pat on his shoulder from his crony on his right. He goes, okay. And he gives another big shit-eating grin. Well, I'd love to continue this conversation, but he kind of gives a bit of a shrug and a roll of his eyes. Duty calls, you understand.
I do, of course. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, of course, the pleasure was all mine. I was never actually given your name, he says. Well, Al, you can call me Paul. Mayor Paul Hill. A pleasure to make this official acquaintance.
Al would stand up and shake his hand.
You've all been lurking in the shadows for long enough. I'm glad you finally decided to grace our city. You're all going to pay your taxes now, right? He guys gives a knowing laugh and bops you on the side of the shoulder. As he gets up, collects his jacket, and is escorted out by the crony on his right and the two others that kind of drifted off to the side and have rejoined him.
GM, sir, because I'm writing my notes down again. Where was that the hornet's nest he told us to be careful of?
Down Fleet Street and McKillica Ave.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And after they leave, Al would lean back in his chair and say, that was interesting.
I don't know if I quite figure. Ellie's looking very like she's sobering up kind of quickly, but
Damn your metabolism.
Yeah, she kind of scratches the side of her head. I don't understand all the roundabout talking. Is that how people talk in this world?
Unfortunately, that is how people in important positions like to talk.
Huh. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Suddenly, everyone in the bar can hear a loud yell and screaming coming from a woman's voice. At the same time, Tom, while you're in the warehouse with Lee, you would hear shouts down the nearby alley. You hear a scream off the distance, but it's much more dull. But what you can hear is what seems to be the sound of cursing and about 3 or 4 men grunting, yelling, cursing, and you hear the sound of broken glass and maybe a brick against the wall or something solid hitting. Tom, you also hear the familiar yelling voice of both Bear and McLaughlin. Inside the club, near the front, you see a woman, her hair in all curls, yells, "Help! Help! Is the police chief still here? There's just brutes just attacking those poor gentlemen outside." The chief of police is nowhere to be seen, assuming to be still in the bathroom.
Ellie's gonna get up and start booking it outside.
Al will follow suit.
Okay.
Lavin too.
Okay. Lavin, you might have some penalties because of the drinking, but that's okay. I'll let you know. You
Okay.
can still get
I'll
up on
find
your
the
feet.
police chief.
Oh my god, this is wonderful. Okay, and Tom, what do you do?
Was I able to find some kind of rifle while rifling through our stuff?
Rifling through your stuff?
Huh?
I get it.
Okay, we're going to do a special roll for you, Burn,
Sure.
in regards to that. In the meantime, give me just 2 seconds, because I'm going to just clear out our whiteboard, because everyone likes a whiteboard, and I'm going to just kind of quickly draw things up here for you, my fine, fine friends. Work for you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Lavin, we still have your old picture. I haven't made you a new token.
You promised.
I'm the fucking worst. Leave me alone.
Don't worry, it looks
are you
basically.
gonna quit now, Spiral?
It looks basically like him.
AFK wiping my tears.
FML.
AFK laughing at your tears. Double Patrick, who isn't even gonna be here.
Have you been dipping into that giggle juice?
The giggle juice? Oh my goodness, I wish I was. We got Tom, Lavin, Al, and that's for the players. And I need. Well, we'll just. I'll worry about the NPCs a little bit later. Hold up a second. Do I still have? Oh, they're coming to get you.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're coming to get you. Whoever
The
you are.
fuzz! Cheese it!
Cheese it, the fuzz. Oh my goodness, I still have Nathan. It's token.
Oh, God.
Nathan, spoiler alert, you're dead. Go away.
Shows up as one of the thugs.
I should
Hey,
do that
it's
for
me.
all.
God.
Shows up as
You
all
see,
of the
you see like a
thugs.
you see like a dead Nathan walking down the road with the sad Hulk theme playing.
Do 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 do.
I'm like picturing like Bethesda ragdolling like down the road.
This delights
Oh my
me to
God.
many ends. Okay,
Just a headless.
draw shape. Okay, alleyway. Wait, am I on the right layer? Map and
Yeah,
background.
yeah,
Can you
we can
guys
see that.
see that?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can
good.
see
Yeah.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's the alleyway. Brown building is one of the brown buildings there. This is going to be the Rhapsody. This gray is the parking lot behind the Rhapsody. This gray is the.
Where is
Okay.
the
This gray is the parking lot. And then for the Behemoth warehouse, it'll be this weird, like, salmon orange color. That's fine. This is just to give you guys an idea of where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. There we go. Works for me.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Wait, what's this right here? Is that also part of the Rhapsody?
That's just another building. No, that's not part of the Rhapsody. That's just a
Oh.
neighboring building.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna move to our token layer. So Lavin and Al aren't inside the building. This is the front. Sorry, I should also draw the street. Map and background. Street will be black as well. Street.
I summon you, Street.
Wah. Now I just have to make your token smaller because you're not massive. There you go.
So tiny.
And don't worry. Don't worry, Patrick. We're still definitely role-playing with you getting the chief of police. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Okay, so before we get... Sorry, Tom's back here. You three are going to be pushing your way out through the front. So, Al Lee. What?
I
Yes,
don't.
Ellie.
The alley.
Oh, it's the alley.
Ha ha.
The alley.
Ha.
I could hear the disappointment in Inferno's breathing.
Good. Good. I don't need to waste my words. Okay. All right. Tom.
Could Al say something while they were running real quick, or?
Sure. I'm gonna get to describing you
Okay,
you
got
running here in a moment, but give me just 2 seconds and I'll
Sure.
switch right back to you. Don't worry, I'm not gonna push things too far ahead. It's just that Tom said he wanted to try to fetch a rifle. He was rifling for a rifle, so let's approach this first.
Mhm.
Let's make it relatively fair. I love my D100 rule, so how about this? From 0 to 25, you're not able to find a rifle in time, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But if you get 25 to 60, you get a standard hunting rifle. Okay.
Mhm.
From 60 to 80, you get a laser rifle that's converted to an SDC, like a Mosin Nagant or a similar period type weapon.
Mhm.
And if you get 80 or higher, you find old one shot.
All right.
Sound fair? So 0 to 25, nada. 26 to 60, hunting rifle. 61 to 80. Sorry, 61 to 79. Converted energy rifle. 80 to 100, old one shot.
Okay.
Roll it.
4.
Yay!
Unfortunately, you're going to have to go barehanded, my friend.
Yep. He will just start
Okey-dokey.
rushing out to the alley.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the alley. And now I can't unsee that.
The alley.
Okay, so that's them. All right, so, Cynthia,
Yeah.
or I don't know, is it Cynthia?
It's wow. It's Ellie. I was about to say
Ellie, okay.
Allie.
God damn it.
Yay!
Ellie, Lavin, and I said Squee. Ellie, Lavin, and Al. You begin to push yourself through the crowd that's gathering up near the front. There's quite a bit of it. In fact, Alicia and Basilisk and Ezex are spending their time trying to part the crowd and try to calm everyone down to prevent an all-out panic, right? The mayor, too, is shouting calm words, but he's more braying, droning on, and your friends are actually taking a more active approach. As you move towards the door, what did you want to say, Al?
Al would say, whatever happens, don't kill them. Please trust me. Hurt them if you have to, but don't kill them.
Don't kill
I
who?
wasn't planning on what?
Like what?
Ellie will say while running, yeah. Okay, whatever you say.
You push yourselves out past the open doors, and you can see that the line that was initially leading up to the Rhapsody itself has now only a couple individuals, a couple hangers-on still on there. Looks like it's dissipated throughout the night as the evening has gone on. Or perhaps it is the ruckus that you hear around the corner in the nearby alley. Another smashed bottle, another grunt of pain, and a thick, meaty sound, which can only be a fist against a face, is heard around the corner. Tom, as you go rushing out, you can see Bear and McLaughlin in the middle of a scrum with what appears to be 4 gentlemen. Both poor McLaughlin and Bear themselves are teamed up, 2 against 1, as they are ferociously trying to fight off these sudden attackers. You can see that these gentlemen all seem to be not well dressed as many of the other participants here at night. In fact, many of them just wear simple worker slacks with what appears to be checkered shirts over top. A few of them have jackets, and all of them have these short, squat hats on their heads. But unfortunately, to the disadvantage of poor Bear and McLaughlin, who are fighting barehanded, no pun intended. The other gentlemen seem to have broken bottles and what appears to be these glistening metal strips along their around their knuckles. As the melee continues, I'm going to have you all for a real initiative real soon. Is it fair that Al, just to set up this fight, is it fair to say that Al, Lavin, and Ellie go to the alley to investigate, or are you doing something completely different?
No, I
off
go to the alley. Yeah.
Okay, so as you turn around the alley, you see the same visage as Tom just does. So what I would like you all to do, all of you participating in this, I'd like you all to roll initiative. Now, dear sweet Patrick, in between the initiative rounds, I am going to go to you and your wonderful interactions with the brave chief of police, if that's okay by you. But in the meantime, what I want to do is, while you guys roll for initiatives, open up the Rift initiative sheet. Go ahead and put that in there. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to make a couple very dummy tokens so you guys know where Bear, McLaughlin, and these thugs are positioned in space. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll have to give me just a couple minutes, but we'll multitask here.
I think I need the new link to the turn order.
I just put it in Discord.
Disco.
I think Burn just... Yeah.
All right. Give me a second.
Good
Give me a
old
second.
Disco. Where
No,
are
no,
you,
no,
stupid
Disco.
thugs? That's the Void. I can't use you. Oh, here, I'll use this guy. This guy's good.
How do I edit something?
Yeah, I think I only have view-only access.
Oh.
To your token?
No,
Yeah.
to the
Give me a sec.
Perhaps Burn can help out with that. Yeah.
Edit. There
I'm
you go.
sending request.
I
Sending
have
a
given
request help.
edit permissions.
You know what? This is all my fault. I brought this upon us.
You
I
did.
take full responsibility.
That is okay.
It's
Ooh.
really funny, though.
So
What nerd is going to read this and write down each and every intricate thing on the code? Spoiler alert, some nerd did. Now, thankfully, they didn't destroy our page. They just put in their own, sassy comments. But now our initiative sheet has been sullied, so we had to make a new one.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed, whoever you are, being that massive nerd.
Yup. But this is a good time to ask. Inferno.
Yeah,
'cause
that's my
I
name.
verified.
I
I verified that it was with me, but I didn't actually see. So sharp in its base state as a plastic knife. Does it look any different?
Nope.
Does it just look like a plastic knife?
Yep.
Okay. Yay.
You seem so excited.
I kind of am.
Yay! Yay!
Yay, birthday.
I kind of like the idea of running into a fight with a
birthday.
plastic dinner knife.
Where the heck are you, you stupid BB? You stupid wolfin? I have the old version of Bear.
Oh, yeah.
There he
don't-
is. I love you, Bear. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
don't
you're
call him
getting the
stupid.
shit
He's
pounded
It's
out you.
beautiful.
like no, Kriana, I mean, he deserves it. Let's be honest.
Bear's been an upstanding and beloved character of the series for how long?
Good amount
For
of time.
Vern, I put in the initiative rolls, so
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't make fun of him. That's unfair.
There. So unfair to do that to Bear.
I'm not even angry.
I like my meat medium rare.
Oh my god! Don't start, please.
They were serving it at the state fair.
Oh my god! All right, now I have to really.
I have
Really?
to provide the
Guys.
elderly with care.
This is really not helping while Inferno's trying to prepare.
God damn it! God damn it!
Oh, now Inferno is. Oh, he's making swears.
Yeah. Swear.
Anybody want a peanut?
Oh God! Oh, it's our
I know,
fault.
right?
Now they're like the size of 3 men.
I'm glad you said that because I was just gonna say I think one of Ellie's other personalities is Fezzik.
That would be
That'd be
hilarious
awesome.
if I was like, because of that, they're now 30 feet tall.
Mm.
They're giant men gangster, but worker men.
This is
Which
kind
I
of
think makes
unfair.
Inferno the No more rhymes now. I mean it.
Anybody want a peanut?
That's McLaughlin. Can you
Okay,
hear
that's
me?
McLaughlin. Got it.
That's McLaughlin. These are thugs. They all look the same. They're just different colors.
Hey,
That's
that
McLaughlin.
is Inferno. That is a tried and true GM technique. You should be proud of it, not ashamed.
You're right.
God, the
Quick,
music's
draw me
so
individual
fucking
thugs.
fresh right now. Oh, these men are just very attractive workers, aren't they? Look at them.
Only the best thugs in this town.
Listen,
Ah.
if you don't behave, I'm going to give you a serious scare.
Yes, embrace it.
I have to. I have to. All right. Now the fucking chat is doing this. Oh, God. All right. Okay, we got our initiatives. I just have to put in my own initiatives, and we'll get going here.
I'm gonna reload.
Labin,
Roll 20 really
Firebrand,
quick. There it is.
thugs. If it's
Labin.
okay by you, I'm having all the thugs go on the same turn.
Yeah,
Agree with you guys?
sounds good to me.
Yeah, that works.
This is some nice piano music.
Puns and sure.
I
I saw
know.
that.
God damn it! Come down here, Patrick. I love you. There we go.
Oh.
Just moving away.
Yeah, we're
We need to
about
save Bear.
Gonna smooth it out with some battle jazz.
Oh yeah, Battle Jazz. Wait, are you
Battle-
playing Battle Jazz or am I playing Battle Jazz?
You're playing the battle jazz, don't you hear
Okay.
it? It's very
Am I?
smooth. Yeah, there's some music playing.
I don't hear.
Here,
it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna-
oh,
music.
There it
it's not
is.
loud.
Stopped it. Here.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no, that's not Battle Jazz.
Aww.
We need you to investigate their faces
Oh my
with our
God,
fists.
yes.
Like the fight starts
is
and we're all
not my
snapping our
music.
fingers. You know?
This is wait.
Da-da-da-da.
No. That won't work either.
You need
These
the
thugs
who's
came
line
into
one.
our office. Legs
Wait,
up
you
to
want,
here.
what one do you want? This one? No. You want
Looks
this one.
like Scooby Doo.
No, we gotta save that for investigation.
Okay,
Aw.
Here,
fine.
we'll do this
Okay.
one.
I'll get out my Wayne Brady smile and.
We'll do this one. We'll do this one.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sure.
Do this. This
Put
is
him
good
up,
rather than
sir.
Yeah! Oh, wait for me. I'm gonna get in character with these thugs. Yeah. I'm gonna put you in a Chicago trench coat. That means a coffin. All right.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, let me just roll their initiatives real quick. Thugs first. Okay. Now, Bear and McLaughlin. Oh, come on, Bear. Yeah,
Whoa,
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin
Yeah,
goes first.
sure does. McLaughlin has 4 attacks. Bear
Ready to
has 5
start?
attacks. That's perfect.
Little known
Yeah?
fact, this was my channel theme song for a while on YouTube.
Was that's
Yeah.
right. I remember that. All right, I got just random. No, okay, you already got it. Groovy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, McLaughlin. All right. So, okay, yeah, this music works for sure. This is
Yeah.
exciting. Okay, so as you're around the corner, you see McLaughlin parrying a quick jab at him with a broken bottle, and you can see him try to smash the bottle out of his attacker's hands. So he's making a called shot. Hitting it. Excellent. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, nice. Come on, McLaughlin. Yeah, you opposed roll. You won. So he he bashes the wrist of the gentleman so hard, the thug that was attempting to stab at him gives this horrible squawk as the broken bottle falls to the ground with a crack. That's McLaughlin's action. The thugs, unaware of your presence just yet, begin to attempt to continue to attack and pummel your friends. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to just be doing standard attacks to the body, which is what they're doing. They're roughing them up. I'm not going to waste our time with a lot of description just because we want to get to the combat with you guys. So give me just 2 seconds as I just roll a couple attacks here. And now, of course, both Bear and McLaughlin are going to try and parry. So the Bear's attacks are the 11 and 18. Bear is going to try and parry. He has a good parry, even without his weapons. 1 success, 1 failure. McLaughlin, not as good, but still okay. Has 1 failure, 2 failures. Okay. Let me just quickly roll damage.
No, that other one doesn't even swing. That's a 4.
Oh, yeah, he missed. Okay, sorry. That's right. I was just looking at the raw numbers. My bad. Okay, so it's just 1 attack on each. Great. That makes things a little bit easier. 1 and 2. Okay. Quick description what's happening. One thug is reaching towards Bear as if to grapple him, to hold him fast. Bear quickly casts him off to one side, but as he does so, he gets sucker punched in the gut, causing him to lean over. As far as McLaughlin goes, the fellow whose bottle he knocked out of the hand moves up to do a haymaker, in which McLaughlin quickly parries, but as he does so, he gets cracked in his back, in between his shoulder blades, with a brass knuckled pair of hands to him. With that, Tom.
Okay, I would like to try and rush over towards the red one and attack him if I can.
The distance is about 35 feet. What's your speed?
15.
Okay, so this is what's going to do. I'll let you move up to him and attack him, but that will take 2 actions.
Sure thing.
One to move and the other one to actually do the attack. So consume 2 actions, I guess you could say, or attacks per melee. Action points, for lack of a better word. It's not action points, it's attacks per melee. Okay, so you move up to him, you move up behind him. Now, are you going to try to be stealthy, or are you just charging with him head on?
I am going to try and kick behind his knee.
Okay. He's asking about your approach, Burn. Like, are you trying to...
your approach, because he's in the middle of a melee with McLaughlin. So if you go carefully towards him, he might not notice you. But if you're just running towards him, he'll probably see you out of the corner of his eyes. So
let's go with stealthy.
Yeah,
let's go with stealthy.
Go ahead and roll prowl for me then.
Okay. Let me just double check my prowl. Okay. Got a 16 out of 92.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You succeed so well that I don't even need to slow you down by another action point. You're sorry, attack per melee. Why am I calling these things action points now? I don't know. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you move up to him. He doesn't even notice you. So here's the thing. He can't parry this attack at all. All you have to do is hit him, which is it's a kick attack. Roll higher than 5.
Okay. Do I have to have a penalty? Because, like I said, I'm trying to go for his knee to try and make him
The back
kneel.
of his knee. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. The knee, I believe, is going to just be a -2 modifier. Make it harder by 2.
Okay. So, -2, just to make sure?
Yep, -2.
Cool. I got a 9.
You hit him.
Yes.
What'd you get?
So,
I was looking at my custom combat. Yeah. That's over 5. Good. All right, you hit him right in the back of the leg. Go ahead and roll damage.
+3. Now I'm rolling 2d4 because I have gymnastics, and that gives me
Yeah,
a
it's
2d4
kick attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Bam! 9 damage.
Wow. That's good. You kick him in the back of the leg. He gives a surprised yell and a squawk as you hear a little snap as his leg buckles underneath of him, and he moves down to a kneeled position.
Mhm.
Good job. Al.
Well, kind of the same thing here. Where am I coming from?
Cheater. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Al's going to. Al's going to try to get to the blue guy, where Bear is.
Okay. What's your speed?
21.
That's still over double it. Even though you're running... okay. You have a little bit better speed,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to give you 2 options.
Mm-hmm.
You can... Oh, wait. If you're going to do it like Tom, are you going to try to be sneaky? So he doesn't notice your approach?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, then that solves my problem for me. It'll also be 2 attacks. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll. 2 actions.
Okay. And roll.
Go
prowl.
ahead and roll a prowl, yeah.
All right. Give me a second. Just had to recheck what my prowl was. I succeed by 65. All right.
Yeah, you're good. You sneak up behind him, and what do you do?
I am also probably going to do a kick attack because I don't do much hand-to-hand combat. Yeah. So I am also going to attempt to do a kick attack.
Attack what? To the knee, to the back of the knee, just like
No, I'm gonna go to the head. I'm gonna go for a knockout.
There we go. There's your earlier question. So you're gonna try to kick him in the head. Ain't
Try to
that a
kick him in the head.
It's
All
Sinatra,
right.
it's a different era.
So, sorry. Give me 1 second as I verify my pluses and such. It's 17 20 actually.
Okay, 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever. I believe you. That's what I mean. But it's a -6 to hit.
Got it.
To the head. Regular human size.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just making sure what my plus to strike was without a knife. So it's a +7. So I get a +1 to this.
You
I
fail.
rolled a 1.
Congratulations!
Yep.
You fail. You try to kick him, but he just moves. He's in the middle of a scrum with Bear. He moves to one side, unknown of your attack, but thankfully luck is on his side and it misses him completely.
Got it.
All right. Bear thankfully sees the approach of his companions. He gives a bit of a roar and he focuses his attack on the one that isn't, that Al isn't engaged with, for lack of a better word. And he takes out the claws on his hands are out and sharpened, and he tries to rake against the face of his attacker. All right, Bear. Go get him! On D20, but it's -6 to hit, so it's actually a straight 0. Oh, wow, holy shit. Okay, this poor sucker is going to try and parry the attack. Oh, he does. So he manages to grab Bear by the wrist, and although he's not able to stop the sheer strength of the Wolfen, he's able to deflect the attack to one side. Lavin.
Well, Lavin wants to throw his drink at whichever guy looks best. Either the blue one or green.
Well, which one looks what, sorry?
Well, I'd say the purple one, but maybe Al's like blocking line of sight a little bit there.
He is. You
case
can
the
throw it
green
into melee, but there's a 50-50 chance you might hit Al if you miss.
Do it.
What about the green one? Then there's a chance to
I'm
hit
kind
Bear.
of
Is
with
that
Ellie.
There's a chance that if you miss, there's a chance a chance to hit Bear, but the modifiers aren't as bad because of the angle of it all.
okay? I'll fire my drink at the green one.
You can throw your drink at the green one. Now, is this a full-on bottle that you grabbed?
Assuming we're talking like a whiskey glass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, great. Yeah. Whiskey. Oh my goodness, those things can hurt.
He
Excellent.
knows
All
from
right.
experience.
Who's throwing whiskey glasses at you, dude?
You don't want to know how I spend my Friday nights. But no, like they're heavy. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any bonuses to throw?
I'm assuming the targeting on my eye and some from prowess. I think +3.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Roll 1d20
I'm
add 3. And
I'm
now, is it
assuming
gonna
hand to hand doesn't apply to this.
No, it doesn't.
What about sniper? Can I use
No,
sniper
Lavin.
for up?
No,
Damn it!
Now, are you targeting a specific area, like his head,
No.
or are you just trying to? Okay, you're just trying to hit his body. Great. So roll a 1d20. I think you're within 50. Oh, you're just. But you could. Do you want to step forward a little bit? You can step forward like 15 feet and then throw.
Yeah, sure.
It'll make it easier. Boop. There you are.
Beauty.
I should let you be able to control your own icons, by the way. I'm sorry, guys. There's just so many things I need to do.
It's okay, I don't blame you.
What'd you get? A 19? No, wait, you didn't roll. Okay, go ahead and roll 11. You got an 8. Hey! It's over a 5 now. That's great. Now, all this guy could do is dodge the attack. But you know what? I am going to have him attempt to dodge. Only because... I'll hold up a second. You know what? Let's be fair. I'm going to say there's a 50-50 chance of him detecting this attack coming in. Sound fair, guys?
Sure.
I'm good with
Yep.
it.
Okay. So if it's under 50, he detects the attack. If it's over 50, he doesn't detect it, and therefore he can't take a defensive action. He doesn't detect it. He can't take a defensive action. Now, this is an impromptu weapon. So, Lavin, this is a big, heavy, thick whiskey glass. And I'm not confirming or denying I've had one thrown at me before. So I'm going to give it the same oomph as... I say roll... I think it...
You say
Roll
throwing
1d6, 1d6 plus 2.
Wow.
Is that good? Are you good WoW or bad WoW? Okay.
That seems high for a glass throw, but hey, I'm not going to complain.
But, I mean, there's momentum, it's thick. Yeah, I think 4 SDC is definitely a fair amount of damage.
Not
as
to
it
mention,
cracks a-
you have a robotic arm as well.
Yeah, so you probably threw it really hard. Okay, sweet, perfect. I'm content with this. With this imaginary glass made up stat. It goes hurling through the air and smacks him right in the back, probably causing him a significant bruise as it shatters onto into the alley ground. There is a lot of broken glass around this area, by the way, guys. This is not a very safe work environment. All right, Ellie.
All right, so oh boy, I guess Ellie would beeline it to look Does anyone look like they're in trouble from these fellas?
McLaughlin and Bear both look beaten up pretty badly. McLaughlin, maybe it's because of his physiology or maybe his size, but McLaughlin looks more worse for wear. He's got a cut on his forehead, a pretty bad black eye. He's moving around pretty sore, like he's taking a couple body shots pretty bad, but he's still fighting it pretty good. Bear has a cut along his, I guess you could say, like his left nose thing. And he looks like he's favoring his right leg. Otherwise, he's okay.
All right.
As far as the thugs, they don't look that beat up.
How far can I move forward here?
Oh, what's your speed value?
It's 28.
Oh my god. You can move 28 feet a second.
Yeah, 19 miles per hour, baby.
Yeah. So you can move up like right next to Lavin here and still have like 3 seconds worth of action to do, so still complete your action. If you want to move even forward even more, you can still probably complete your action too.
The goal is to enter the fray a bit.
Okay,
so
well, here's the deal. You can meet up with Blue Guy and still do an attack with just one action, or you can meet up with Green, Yellow, or Red, but that will be two attacks.
I'll go with Yellow.
Yellow? Okay,
yeah.
Yellow. So you're gonna run up to him. Are you going to try to be stealthy, or you're saying screw it?
Screw it.
Okay, great.
What? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm
I was just gonna...
off your attacks. Go ahead.
What weapon does he have, out of curiosity?
He looks like he has these weird strips of metal along his knuckles. AKA, he has brass knuckles on.
Oh, I can deal with that. Okay.
Okay. What would you like to do?
Oh, I can do something?
Yeah, I said 2 actions. You can move up.
Oh, cool!
And attack.
I'm gonna grab his fists.
Okay, this is like pretty much like a grapple attack, is what you're doing. So, or an entangle, for lack of a better word. If look in your character sheet, and you might have a bonus to entangle. You know, it'd probably be by your to strike, parry.
+9.
This is oh my god, +9.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it is: entangling someone's weapon or hands or arms or legs. So yeah, go ahead and roll a 1d20 and add fucking 9 to it, you goddamn OP.
Yay!
Mind over matter person. He's gonna try and... You can't parry that. He's also gonna try and dodge. Out of the way. Move his hands out of the way. He fails miserably, and he uses up his action. Okay. You have both hands on his wrist or his own hands in a vice-like grip. You are much stronger than him. He is at your mercy. But let's make it fair. Let's do an opposed grapple. You roll a 1d20 and add 10, and I just roll a 1d20.
Okay.
Yeah. He can't move at all. Your hands are in his wrists are in your hands.
Can she say something while she's grabbing at him?
Of course she can.
She'll say, "Stop what you're doing! What's going on?"
Okay. End of the round. I'll have the thugs act on their turn, but I think we can't leave our good friend Patrick out of this for too long. So Patrick, during the yells and shouts for assistance, you said you're gonna try to find the chief of police, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you saw him go into the gentleman's bathroom, which is just a little ways off from the bar itself. Do you enter the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. As you enter the bathroom, you can see, much like the actual Rhapsody itself, this is clean, pristine, and high class. There's these wonderful white globes of light that shine across the entire bathroom. There's perfect marble tile and this beautiful crystal glass across a designer sink. There are 4 stalls and 3 urinals, and it appears that the most furthest stall, there seems to be a man in a dark black uniform, kneeling by a certain porcelain throne. You can hear these disgusting heaving sounds coming from the far stall. It appears no one else is in the bathroom right now. And as you close the perfectly fine oak door behind you, you can probably understand the the chief of police not hearing anything. Over the sounds of his own retching and the thick bathroom door, even the sounds of commotion from your current position are muffled.
Patrick would probably yell, "Chief, there's trouble!"
He raises. You can see him kind of raise up his head from the porcelain throne from underneath the stall, grabbing his hat that was pushed off to one side. He goes, "Trouble? What kind of trouble?"
Yeah.
I heard a couple of shouts and a lady came in, trying to find you. There has to be something going down.
I'm just come here. He beckons you.
Patrick does. Oh no.
Did we lose him?
Oh no.
Inferno, if you can hear us, we lost you.
Inferno, no!
Yeah.
Not the internet! Please.
Okay, I think you can hear us. Let's wait for the internet to just kind of mellow the fuck out.
We lose Inferno again?
Yeah, it's a rough
Oh,
night tonight.
man.
Worse than most nights.
Well, those thugs better take the breather while
Angry.
they can.
Hello! Hello,
Angry.
Angry.
Yes, Spiral. We lost Inferno again. All right. Anyways, the chief of police gives one last retch, and he raises up a hand and he says, "Come here."
Patrick does so.
As you get over, he raises his hand looking for assistance. He's still on his knees, a little bit of clear fluid dribbling on his chin as he's looking for help up.
Patrick will lend assistance.
Okay. You help to hoist the sick chief of police up onto his feet. He is a little bit heavier than you, so it's a little bit tricky, but thanks to the good angle on your end, you do get him stumbling to his own feet. As he holds his stomach and he says, "What did he give me? Oh! And he looks over towards you and he says, "Do you think I was poisoned?"
No.
Oh, what? Help! And he reaches out his arm and he says, "I'm still a little woozy. Help me out of this place." What are you talking about? Some sort of commotion?
Yes, look, somebody yelled, somebody screamed, there was someone in trouble. I really need you to hurry up.
Okay, we're gonna get back to you in a moment.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll a little bit, if that's okay.
What are you rolling?
Surprisingly enough, Patrick does have a few aid abilities, along with the holistic medicine. I'm going to try to figure out if there's... I'm going to figure out if Patrick can figure out something that might quell his...
Upset stomach.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I trust you to roll while we do these this combat. You let me know how much you succeed by and what you might want to propose to me. Sound good?
I failed! I don't know nothing!
Okay, great. Easy. McLaughlin. McLaughlin's attacking. Now that things have evened up a little bit, he's gotten a little bit more bold, and as he flanks the gentleman with Tom, who's in his prone possession, McLaughlin is going to try to sock him in the face. Right in the face! -2 for you, McLaughlin. No, he's gonna hit the main body though, maybe. If this guy parries. He doesn't. Alright, McLaughlin. Just grazes him across the shoulder. Thugs! 2 of them lost their action because they were dodging. And the other 2... Which one dodged? Yellow and green dodged. No. Yeah. So blue's gonna turn around and try to do throw a haymaker towards you, Al.
Okay.
He is haymaker to your main body. That's enough to hit. What defensive action, if any, would you like to take?
So, and part of the reason why I was asking about the knife in the plastic form, I can still use the plastic form to parry and not do damage or anything, right?
Yeah, but he's gonna figure out something's up probably.
Oh, that's fine. I am okay with that.
Okay.
But let me see. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna do this fisticuff style. I'm gonna parry.
Okay. Beat an 8. Roll your parry bonuses and.
Well, I got a +9, so.
You could still roll a 1, Mr.
That's
Whiffed
true.
at the kick.
I already did it once, so.
But this,
Mister.
thankfully, you very skillfully. You see this haymaker coming from a mile away, and you parry it with deft ease.
Yeah.
The last thug who has an actual attack is the one who's being flanked, and now he looks a little worried, but the adrenaline's still pumping. And he's not been hurt too badly, so he's gonna get up and actually he's gonna stumble to his feet. That's his action. Yeah, that's only fair. I'd have to have you guys stumble your feet and be an action. So screw it. Tom, your turn.
All right, so he just stumbled to his feet.
Yep.
Which way is he facing?
Towards McLaughlin still.
Towards McLaughlin. Okay, I'd like to do another called shot to the back of his knee.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Go ahead.
All right.
He knows you're here now, though, so he might try
Yeah.
to take a defensive action.
That's fine. +3.
Still, yeah. Oh my god. He's gonna try. He can't parry it. He's gonna try to dodge it. He doesn't want to get freaking hit in the freaking knee again. That hurt. Well, we don't get all that we want, huh? All right. Hey, Tom, don't you get a critical hit on a 19 or 20?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, that is a crit. So
Okay.
I roll double dice, don't I?
Yeah, you sure do.
Okay. Well,
Oh man, that is not good.
yeah.
As you hit him in the back of the knee, you hear a horrible snapping sound as the guy gives a huge scream in pain. You hit something major there. Good job, Tom. Ow.
Well, I am going to try and kick him again.
Okay, this time he's facing towards you now.
Alright, I'm not really going to do a called shot per se. I'm just going to just
Kick
go
him in the
straight
body.
for the body. Yep, kick him in the body. Alright, so
Kick him in the butt.
The barre.
that's a 20.
Okay, that's a 20, but a natural 20. Okay.
Right.
He is going to try and parry the kick. Oh, he was close, but no cigar there, chum.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage to his main body.
Alright. 8.
Oof. All right, you kick him square in the chest, causing him to stumble backward a little bit, shocked at the savageness of your kick attack. Bear is once again going to try and claw this fellow across the cheek. Go ahead, Bear. You are at no penalty. Not enough to hit him. But you can still hit his main body, but this guy is going to try and parry. Oh my goodness, are you guys sick of this song yet? Hey, Ty goes to the defender. He's good. Wow. The Bear and this thug are just not waving at each other, but these are very savage, unskilled, unmartial attacks. It's very much a street brawl. Lavin.
How far can I move with speed 15? Can I get to these guys?
Yeah, definitely. Because especially if you run towards them, running is like double your speed, so that's around 30. So these guys aren't too much further off. I'll let you get to them and attack.
Okay.
Should be able to control your. Yeah, you can control your token now. Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I guess I'd like to try and tackle the green guy.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Body tackle. Do you have any sort of bonus to entangle?
Not that I've seen. I haven't seen
On your
anything
character sheet?
specifically
No?
mention entangle.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna just take a quick peek at your character sheet.
Because everything I ever see just says parry, dodge, and strike.
Yeah, most of the time.
I haven't seen anything say entangle.
That's okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's just it comes with certain martial arts skills and all that good stuff.
Just
Okay,
like
yeah.
Expert.
Okay, no, that's fine. You can still tackle him. All right, so roll a hit. You gotta hit him with your body. It's your regular 2-hit strike, the bonus.
Okay, I believe
Your regular
that
bonus to strike, yeah.
should be, but with the hand to hand, right? I get the bonus.
Yep.
to
Yeah,
that.
this is hand to hand. This
So-
is good.
I believe that would be my roll.
That is good. Now, all this guy can do as a defensive action is feebly try to dodge out of the way. Which he is going to try and do, because he doesn't want to get tackled by you. All right, 1d20. He only has a +1. Oh no, what happened? He sees you coming, and he steps off to one side, and you go to grasp him. You don't fall on the ground or anything like that. You just push yourself ahead a little bit, and your hands wrap around air. But you're able to regain your balance easily enough. That was your action. Ellie, she's BRB, isn't she?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? In the meantime, then, let's go to Patrick. Let's not waste our time any further. So you're helping the police chief stumble with his queasy stomach over towards the door, and you hear the police chief say, "My radio's in my car, parked around the corner. Still, can you help me there, young man?"
Yes.
Okay. All right, and you begin to assist him through there. You can still see Alicia, Basilisk, Ezex, and now even an inebriated August, who's not really helping all that much, but Marlis Stotch and Yasmin also trying to control the crowd. Now, people are very curious what's going on. They're talking about a brawl out into the alleyway. In informing the police, a lot of people are relieved to see the chief of police there. He kind of gives a queasy smile to calm people down, but he doesn't really have the volume to give them any sort of speech. But thankfully to his presence and the assistance of many NPCs, you and he are able to spill out onto the street itself, in which you can definitely hear commotion coming from the alleyway outside. And oh my goodness, Patrick, I actually am going to bring your token out here. Give me a split second here. Where are you, Patrick? I need new Patrick, not old Patrick. Oh my goodness, I've uploaded so many things over the years. Who'd have thought, right? Here's new Patrick. There you is. Giant.
Ooh,
And the police chief.
I do have something that I could try to help with.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
I just have a canteen of water.
The water can definitely help. I'd say, would you just pass it on over to him as you're stumbling outside or on your way to the door?
Yeah.
Okay, he takes it and he drinks it. And he says, oh, at least I got that awful taste in my mouth. Thank you. He hands you back over the flask, the canteen. And now there are these big bright signs that say no parking along the street, along the curb towards the alleyway. But I guess when you're the chief of police, you don't need to worry about that. You see this beautiful, sleek, shiny black car that is parked. Let me just draw a shape. We'll make it blue for police. Whoop. Just right there. Nearby the entrance to the Rhapsody, kind of parked up, hopped up halfway on the actual curb, and he points towards to the vehicle. His feet are a little bit sturdier on his feet, but he could still use the assistance. You helping out on over there?
Yep. I'm helping the old lady across the street.
So yes, okay. Can you guys hear me or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can hear you.
Can you?
Yeah, we can all hear you.
I don't think you can hear us.
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. No more music. You're helping him to his police car. At this point, I know things are getting serious. Ellie, it's your turn.
Oh God, so soon?
Well, it was Lavin's turn, and then you weren't here, so I went to Patrick. So
Oh,
now you're
I'm
back,
sorry.
so now it's to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had both my turns did.
No,
But okay.
you've only used 2 out of your 5 actions.
Oh, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I forgot that we do it different. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Well.
Yeah, you're holding. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to thugs to respond to you because you were BRB. Because I believe you yelled at him to stop this, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The thug around you sneers and he tries to wring his hands from you, but he's unable to. And he says, "Get off me, you dizzy broad!"
If you stop fighting, I'll get off you.
And that's it.
Yep.
That's his response.
I'm muted. Did I mute myself
Nope.
again?
You're
Oh,
good.
okay.
You're good.
Okay.
What are you doing?
What's up?
What are you doing?
Oh, she just said, "I'll stop if you, or I'll let you go if you stop fighting."
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll have to wait for their turn on that then. McLaughlin accentuates your remark by trying to punch this dude in the face. $1d40. I rolled a 1d40, and this is what I get for trying to cheat, McLaughlin. You missed. You missed bad. He whiffs and he hits the air. The thugs, at this point, seeing that they are now outnumbered, I don't know. Give me just a moment. No, they're going to try to duke it out a little bit longer, I think. Yep. They attempt to duke it out a little bit longer. Although okay, we're going to go from bottom up. The red one has fallen to the ground again. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I forgot about Tom's epic critical hit. Okay. Back up. The thug who was kicked to the ground, thanks to Tom, holds his leg. He goes, Johnny, my leg. Johnny, I can't walk. God damn it. Which causes the other thugs to kind of look towards it. And finally, they look towards the individual that Al and Lavin are engaged with. The one, and he sneers a little bit, and he says, scab it. Fight your way out, boys. Time to lick this place. And they try to do just that. the one in blue, they're not trying to lick.
I'm
You
just
people.
thinking that would actually might work on Ellie if you just like licked her hand.
No, but what this guy is going to do is try to push you out of the way, Al. So he's going to be doing a regular strike attack, and he's literally trying to push you.
Okay.
Okay. He definitely has enough to hit you. What do you want to do as a defensive action?
How would could I parry such a thing? Would it be
No.
a strength check? What would it be?
It wouldn't be a parry. What would you? You can have one of two options, really.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I can see three options. One, you dodge out of the way, so he pushes nothing. Two, you take the attack and do a simultaneous attack against him. And if you take the attack, then you'll be forced to make a balance check. And if you fail the balance check, he'll knock you out of the way. Or you can roll with punch and just get out of his way, but you get to determine where you roll off to.
What about entangle?
You could do that as a simultaneous attack, sure.
Okay. I'm going to do the simultaneous attack. I'm not going to try and entangle. I don't have that good a bonus for it, but I'm going to do a simultaneous attack. So I roll a balance check.
Okay, so... Yeah. First things first. Well, what happens is that both attacks hit, right?
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So he pushes you he pushes you and he connects, but then you grab his arms and entangle him, right?
No, I'm not trying to entangle him. I'm just trying to hit him. Yeah.
You're trying to punch him. Okay. Or
kick him.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Kick him. Okay. All right, so I need you to roll a hit because I rolled my roll.
Okay.
Neither of you can take a defensive action now. Your defensive action is to... Okay, so you hit him. So, okay. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 12. Whoa, that was max damage.
Ooh, yeah, you kick him right in the gut and you wind him. Now I'd like you to roll a balance check.
Okay.
Sense of balance, if you have it.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I succeed by 8.
Oh, okay. You manage to keep to your feet after delivering a hard kick to his stomach. And this guy's not running anywhere, even if he pushed you. He is winded. He is not good. Uh-oh. These thugs didn't know what they were messing with. This fellow is like literally surrounded on all sides. He's trying to disengage with Bear, and he's going to try to sneak through around the alleyway. But if you want, Lavin, you can do... Pretty much it's a simultaneous action. While he's moving, you could use up one of your actions per melee and stop him if you want. So could Ellie, really, but she has her hands full.
Yeah, Ellie's
Clearly.
busy.
Yeah.
Or you can let him go.
I would like to
I'm gonna just keep doing this for a while.
whip out a knife.
Oh God!
And cut like the back of his knee so he can't.
Oh my God!
Oh!
Okay.
I'm gonna take a knife. Just drive it into his spinal cord so he
The
just
back of his knee,
doesn't
that's
move
good.
for the rest of his life.
Yeah, just a knife in the back of
Rest
his neck.
life.
That'll sever his
Just for a
spinal
little
cord.
while.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, let me go. Okay, so you hit in the back of his knee with his knife. Okay, so it's just a called shot to the knee. So roll to strike with your knife, similar to Al and Tom. The penalty to hit the knee is a -2. So just make your 2 strike bonus less by 2, and get over a 12.
I believe that's my roll.
Oh my God, yes. And see, he was trying to just get out of the way. So your simultaneous attack was just fucking jabbing him in the knee. And oh my God, okay, roll damage. This is like to the knee muscle.
Yeah.
My knives didn't have a damage; it just said 3 knives.
Yeah, really? Oh, okay.
Besides
Give me
the
just
knife.
2 seconds. It should. I'll give you. I believe it. Give me just 2 seconds, and I'll get you the stats for it. Quick Inferno.
All
It's in the
normal
range.
knives are
Yes.
usually 1d6.
Yes. Can I just? I'll just quickly confirm that.
I have a character that has like freaking 12 different knives. They're all 1d6.
Oh. Yep. So it's 1d6. Roll 1d6 and add any bonus to damage that you might have.
Well, the Bionics arms is +3 melee damage.
Yep,
I
that
assume
that counts. Yeah, that definitely
Yeah.
counts. Oh my god. Oh, this poor guy. If he thought his friend getting kicked in the back and knee was having a bad day, you just ruined it. So you definitely pull out your knife, spin around, and as this guy is booking it past you, you slide that blade in between that cleft underneath behind his knee, and you see a trickle of black blood, because it's black and white, seep out of that wound, and you hear a horrible scream as the man just collapses to the ground, holding the back of his leg. With this, the guy in red desperately tries to push his way out past McLaughlin and Tom, but since he's on the ground and wounded, he's more trying to limp away. McLaughlin, or more importantly, Tom, you can do something similar to Lavin. You can spend an attack and simultaneously act as well to prevent this guy from getting away.
Sure,
I
so
gotta use one of Lavin's actions.
he's trying to crawl away using his hands, right?
Yeah, he's because you hurt him really bad.
One
Man, this
would-
is before you guys kept going for the eyes. Now you guys are just like, fuck eyes. We're going for legs now.
What are the penalties for kicking a man while he's down to the head?
Like the moral penalties? No, just kidding. It's still to hit the head is still -6.
Okay.
However, since he's not as mobile as he is if standing around, I'll make that easier by 1. So it's a -5 instead. Still called shot though to the head. Yep.
You know what? I'll take those.
Listen,
chances.
he doesn't look like he's gonna go very far. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So it'll just be a base D20 because I have a +5
Okay.
normally.
Okay.
6. That.
You can hit his main body if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Roll damage.
2d4 + 3, 8.
3? No, 8. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
8.
You kick him in the ribs and you hear a bit of a snap, and he collapses to the ground again. Goes stop. So I just want to take a moment, even though this takes more time in game. I don't care. So the guy, the yellow thug right there, right, as he's in the vice-like grip of Ellie, he looks to his left and sees his both winded and like hamstrung companion to his right, and he looks to his left and he sees his buddy having the shit kicked out of him to his left, and he looks to you and he says, "I want to make a deal.
All right, what's your deal?
Alone, and I'll let you know where Sharktooth is."
I don't know what that means, and I don't know how that helps me. You hurt my friends. That wasn't very nice.
Oh, we were supposed to wrap them up. That's what Sharktooth wanted us to do. So we came. We need to muscle into business now that the Jim Barron's gone. So we thought, we'd be able to sell our stuff on the alley, and then your big freaking bohunks here tried to stop us. So we were going to teach him a lesson. Now it looks like you taught us a lesson. So can you please let me go?
My big bohunks? Is that what you said?
Yeah. This guy, and he gestures over towards Bear and McLaughlin. Your protection.
Ellie will look around. Sharktooth's real name.
Wheezes the one in blue, and he says, "Tommy, you say anything else, I'll gut you myself." The fellow that you have in his the one in green that Lavin like hamstrung is still holding the back of his leg, and in pain he says, "We don't know his real name. It's just his street thing. I know his first name, but nothing else."
What's his first name?
And the one that's still winded says, "By everything that's holy there, Robert, I'm gonna get you." And finally, the one who's being kicked by Burn. Sorry, Burn. Yeah, Burn is literally kicking him. No, but
Burn.
kicked by Tom. Says, "Screw it, Richard. His name's William or Willie. But he goes by
you.
Sharktooth."
Ellie will let go of his hands.
He kind of looks at you, just amazed by your strength. And he says, "We can all go, right?"
You gotta say sorry first.
Are you fuck? All right, yeah.
She'll crack her knuckles.
Okay, sorry. We're real sorry. We made a big mistake. You're not civilians, clearly. You got something moving. And he like carefully moves over towards his friend. McLaughlin and Bear stare down, but McLaughlin in particular is just scowling at this guy. He is not very happy.
Al's gonna look down at the blue guy that he's winded, and he's gonna look back up at the yellow guy, and he's gonna be like, "Or you could stay with us. Looks like if you go back, they're not gonna be very happy with you. Won't turn you over to the police."
We won't?
Al shrugs. We need information. If we just let him go, we learn nothing. He probably gets beat up even worse than he has been.
Seems like we got most of the information we need already. Keep talking here, buddy. I would say to the guy who... what happened to the guy Ellie had? Oh, yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
No, he's still there. He's just moving over towards his friend to kind of scoop him up.
Right.
Tom, have you stopped kicking him?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Tom in the background.
Okay.
Just,
Okay, that's good. As the gentlemen tried to collect themselves, although the ones that Lavin wounded is not very mobile right now, and he's focusing more on the pain. The leader looks over towards Al, and then Lavin, and then out to the rest of the group.
And
And
the leader, the blue guy? Sorry, I'm trying to keep straight who's who.
Yeah, the leader is the blue guy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Leader is the blue guy. There he is. Leader, yeah. He looks towards all of them, and he licks his lips. So he says, "Well, ain't nothing in the city's done for free. I appreciate you not wanting to beat us up no more, but, man's got to eat. Sharktooth is pretty nasty. If we betray him, we want to make sure, it's worth our while. I don't want to end up in no Chicago trench coat, you understand?"
do you actually meet with this Sharktooth face to face? Is it all through like dark underbelly kind of stuff?
What? No. He's not your average Joe, but of course he's the leader of our gang. Of course we meet him face to face.
Oh, well then that's easy enough. Can you deliver a message from me?
Yeah, I guess.
Tell him he's invited to the Rhapsody from the Vixen. What's my name? My name? Just say Miss Furious invited him.
He pauses for a moment at that name, Furious, and then he kind of looks around to all of you, and you can see he is like silently counting to himself. He looks at Al like 1, 2. He looks to Bear 3, 4. Looks to McLaughlin 5, and looks at Tom at 6. He looks confused for a moment, but eventually he nods and he says, "Yeah, we can tell him that. I don't know if he'll come, but I can tell him that."
I got a special song just for him.
Al shrugs. Not everything has to be a fight.
Yeah, clearly. I guess that's good for us. Come along, Tommy. This is the one as he tries to go over to his buddy, and he can see the slick blackness. And he goes, "Oh, nah, Tommy.
Hang on.
Tommy, he stuck you good."
And Al's going to come over and try to start doing first aid on him. At least get him to stop bleeding. Like, take a bandage out of his pack, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. That's weird. No, not
Yep.
weird. That's not weird. You know what I mean?
No, it is weird. They were just in a fight 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, I was about to say. Things have shifted considerably. Give me just 2 moments here. We forgot poor Patrick helping the chief of police to his car.
We're
Can we
almost
resolve
there.
that real quick?
Any moment now.
You help the gentleman to his car. Do you open up the door for him, or do you let him open up himself?
I help as much as I can, so if I see he's struggling, I'll help out by opening the car.
Well, he's getting more and more sure of himself, but he opens up the door a little bit, and you help him out with the rest of the way. He slumps into the passenger side, and he rifles around for his radio. And he radios in, he goes, I need a patrolman down the Gate Street area. And sure enough, you hear the buzzing noise of the radio on the other end. Yes, Chief? Yeah, send a couple patrolmen down here. We got ourselves a bit of hullabaloo, and we need someone to check it out, and I'm currently not in a position to investigate and take action. You say, understood, Chief. We'll be there right away. The chief of police looks grateful over towards Patrick, and he says, thank you, son. Although it wasn't a real big gesture, it's good to see that your little crew is still able to help, well, the law and order in this city.
Absolutely, anything that you need.
Well, I'm just going to take a couple deep breaths here and wait for my boys to come on by. You might want to stay inside, stay safe, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you do, Patrick?
Um,
At this point, you would still hear the scuffles of combat around the alley. Although you're hearing more... yeah,
Screams of
definitely
anguish.
you hear a big shriek now coming down the alley. As if someone got stabbed in the back of the leg.
Oddly specific.
I know. That's a very specific scream.
Does this scream sound familiar?
No.
This sounds just like the last time you heard someone get stabbed in the back of the
I'm
leg.
going to give it a 10% chance that Patrick will just ignore the dude and be too worried that his friends are in danger. 10 and
Aw.
down. He's not. He thinks like his friends have this and goes inside.
Okay. All right. So back to the alleyway itself. At this point, in the far, far distance, you can, because we're skipping ahead maybe about a couple minutes or so. Al, as you're bandaging up the prone thug, the green thug for lack of a better word right now, helping him with the back of his leg, he's able to stand up a little bit on favoring his good leg.
And Al's
sorry.
giving him the very doctorly talk. Now try and stay off this for about 2 days. If it starts bleeding again, change the bandage.
He's shaking his head and heading back inside the club.
Yeah.
You're telling him. Like finding it the most bizarre thing in the world.
Al's a doctor. That's what he does.
Okay, he says, extremely confused. At this point, the yellow thug has picked up the red one, and he also is kind of limping to his feet. As the leader, the one in blue, looks towards your group, and he says, so we're good? Just pass on a message to Shark Tooth. Tell him
Yep.
to come to the Rhapsody. What, tomorrow night? You got a
Yeah.
special song for him?
Tomorrow night, special song just for him, and then I'd like to do a meet and greet.
It might
Really?
help if you tell him that you've already tried one way, didn't work. Perhaps a friendlier way might be more advisable.
We can talk over drinks. It'll be very nice, I assure you.
Okay, he says. Yeah, I'll make sure to pass that on. All right. And he doesn't know what else to say, so he and his compatriots begin to shuffle down the street. The sound of sirens do get louder, but they're able to disappear out into the cloudy shadows of the street before the patrolmen come by to investigate. We're gonna wrap up the session here pretty soon, but I am going to summarize a few things. The patrolmen come, they talk with the chief of police, and they do a quick little investigation down the alley. Would you guys just be relatively honest and just say there was a bit of a bar fight, for lack of a better word, but no one got seriously hurt and both parties have just kind of left and broke it up? Or do you want to embellish it a little bit? Or do you want to, like, how would you want to approach the police in regards to this?
I like the first one.
Yeah, I think we would just be completely honest.
Yeah, there's a bar fight. You took care of themselves. There's some bruises and some cuts, but nothing major.
Oh, we would say they ran off, not that we let them all go and invited their boss to our bar.
Yes, okay, good. Yeah, but they ran off. Yeah, they ran off, and that was it. Okay, so the patrolmen take your statements, but they give cynical smiles, knowing that this goes on dozens of times every night across Velda City. So they take their reports, and with that, they get back in. They talk again. They debrief with the chief of police, and sure enough, they soon head out. The chief makes one more appearance to head back inside the Rhapsody to grab his coat and his police hat, which he left inside the stall. But as he seems to be getting his sea legs back, so to speak, he makes sure to give Patrick another firm handshake and another one of those little strange knowing winks, and assuring him that he'll be seeing you all again real soon, he's certain.
Oh, Patrick. He's gonna be real blunt. He's just like, why are you winking? I don't know what the wink is.
Goodness, Patrick has the same level of comprehension as Ellie.
And the chief of police will sigh, and he'll put you aside. He'll pull you aside from any sort of prying ears, and he'll say, "Listen, it's been a long night, and you're right. All this silliness is for the birds. I was told that the Ferocious Five were going to be making their grand appearance tonight, and I got the general physical descriptions of them. I know you've been cleaning up the streets, and I wanted to give a little subtle thank you. Allow this to be a little bit more official. Anything that you do, as long as it isn't too violent or hurt too many people, and if you give me a heads up like you have been doing the past half year, then I think you and I will get along perfectly. Is that clear enough for you?"
Crystal officer.
"Excellent," he says. "You're a good lad. We need people like you on the inside and the outside of both sides of the fence. Well, have yourself a good night. I suggest you fire your bartenders, and I am leaving," he says as he shuffles off into his vehicle and drives away. And sure enough, the Rhapsody, the final looky-loos, after humming and buzzing to themselves with their bits of gossip and rumor, eventually dissipate. And in the dead of the hazy night of this strange monochrome city, the Rhapsody can finally turn off its electrolytes and be closed for the evening. If you guys have just a couple more minutes, I can quickly go over what else is in the Rhapsody itself as far as indemnities go, just so you guys, we don't have to do another little tiny tour at the beginning of next session. Do you guys have 5 minutes, or do you really want to call it here?
I have about 3-4 minutes, yeah.
Then I'm going to be... Okay, I will be super quick then. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, the Rhapsody... Wait, I'm going to just go into my GM overlay and just bring all of these to the top layer. the Rhapsody has its ground level. Its ground level you're very, very familiar with. You have the bar, the dance floor, the dining tables, the kitchen, and the stage. In addition, there is a green room backstage and 4 dressing rooms. In addition, there is a 5th private dressing room that has this big star with a little V in the middle of it. And if you're to open up that room, you would find a private dressing room that is that looked almost exactly like this little picture right over here, with its anemones and all that goodness. Now, on the second floor of the Rhapsody, there is an office, a kitchen, and a very large games room. The office is detailed right here. The kitchen is detailed right here, with a lot of your foodstuffs that were originally on the Rhapsody and the Behemoth. Mm-hmm. And your games room has both a jukebox, a dartboard, pool and snooker tables, and most importantly, several blackjack, roulette, and baccarat tables. But they seem to be stored off to one side with these large, sheets covered over them. So it looks like they've been put away into storage. Finally, on the 3rd and 4th floors, on the 3rd floor, there are 4 bedrooms, which are in the style of this, and possibly one of the largest walk-in closets you've ever seen. You'll hear through room that this gin baron and the multiple mistresses that he had were all, for lack of a better word, fashionistas. And both men and women's clothing can be found on this floor in a variety of sizes and styles.
Yes.
Finally, on the very top floor are just 8 more large bedrooms, all once again similarly laid out that way, with their own chairs, tables, lights, artwork, and sitting area. And that, my friends, is the Rhapsody in a nutshell. I just didn't want to take you on like yet another tour. So now you know everything that you have, everything that's been, for lack of a better word, converted into this strange new dimension. And we're good. Oh boy, Sharktooth will show up next session. That'll be really interesting.
What
And you get to finally meet with your party. That's the office.
Yeah.
Office. Okay.
Kitchen.
Yeah, office on the 2nd floor. That's a kitchen.
Closets.
No, I got the other ones. Thank you very much.
Okay.
This is the jukebox.
What is jukebox?
Yeah, it's an office. Office.
Oh,
area.
the jukebox is an office.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you, my fine players, for playing. And remember, if you're gonna swing your girl around, make sure you flip her over your shoulder, because you'll otherwise land on her face.
Bloodied.
And empty glasses make great improvised weapons.
They do. Especially if you have robotic arms.
And remember to always use your words before violence.
Nonsense. That's terrible advice.
Also, violence works really
Or
effectively.
after violence.
Yeah.
Threatening works better.
It's true. It is true.
All right, bye now.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys this Wednesday for 3 Galaxies, where hopefully we will be going and getting this giant gold orb and finishing off that kind of side quest. And we will
be a giant gold orb.
Yeah. We will see you guys next Sunday for the next thrilling episode of Riffs. Ta-ta.
Yes.
Bye.